It's 5 o'clock, and you're off the clock with B. Scott. And today I got Daryl Moore, Michael Shockley, and Tim Scott. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to talk about boat setup. So we build 40 to 50 boats every week. And with that being said, there's tons of boats and new customers out there, every day. So we're going to try our best to educate everybody and get everybody informed on what setups are for what and how to maneuver the different models, because there's a lot going on, In a month, we may have 160 boats out there. So constantly new customers, new kids getting into boats for the first time. There's tons of information that people don't know. So we're going to do our best. This is our second one. Because of the return of information and all the people that called in last time, we said, hey, maybe we need to do this more often. So I think we're going to start making this a regular ordeal, is us just talking with the customers, having people call in, and just helping people, the best we can. So we're going to get right into it, but before we do, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. And don't forget to check out the gear shop. Let's get in it. Oh, we got a call coming in. Let's go ahead and answer it. Hey, what's going on? You're on Off the Clock with B. Scott. We got Tim Scott here, Daryl Moore, and Michael Shockley. Who are you and where are you calling from?
Hey, how's it going? This is Brody Boswell. I'm calling out of Southside Indianapolis. I'm from Bargersville.
Awesome, man. What you got? What kind of boat you got?
So I don't have a boat right now, but I'm looking to get into it.
All right.
And so the plan that I have going is I plan on getting a DBST 1860.
Okay.
And putting a kicking jack. And then I was trying to decide whether I go with a 75 Tatsu or a 90 Yamaha.
Okay. What are you planning to do with the boat? Are you going to hunt out of it, fish out of it? What are you doing here?
Yeah, so main thing is hunting, but also use it in the summertime for just ripping up and down the river, going to the lake with my buddies on it. But main purpose will be duck hunting with it.
I got you.
But so plan to put a kicking jack on it and do all the bells and whistles that I want. But main thing that I was asking or wanting to know was, if I did put a tiller like that on it, one, how fast would it run? And two, how shallow of water could I get into?
Well, with the 1860, you're going to be able to draft shallow, because with a wider surface area boat and it being 18 foot long, it's more of a flatter sitting rig, unless you were to put some kind of astronomical amount of setback on it or something crazy.
With the low horsepower.
Yeah. So you're going to be able to draft really well. As far as performance goes, what have you seen, Shockley?
I ain't had too many run-ins with the 1860 DBST. What's that? That boat's rated for a 75, right?
Yeah, it's a 75.
Yeah. I actually fish out of an 1860 DBST. It's called the Tiller Cat. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it was an 1860, and I had a 115 Pro XS on it. Of course, the boat don't rate for it, though, but, that's what I put on it. It handled the 115 was awesome on the boat. It was a Pro XS. I believe. I don't know. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was Pro XS.
I don't know. But anyways, it was definitely a 115. But the problem is that just had tiller torque, and the boat sit really kind of deep in the back.
Heavy.
Because I was fishing out of it.
Yeah.
So I wanted something to sit a little more flatter. And I didn't really like the tiller torque, so I went from that to a 60 horse Mercury, and the boat set a lot flatter, and it was easier to drive. For me, I was wanting to fish out of it, so it was just a Cadillac. But you would need a little more setback. You need a heavy setback. We talked about this earlier. I think a lot of people get confused on setback versus weight of the setback. You would probably need a little bit of weight, especially with a 60 horse.
Mm-hmm.
You would need a heavy jack plate to counterbalance the boat.
But you're asking, would you go with a 70 horsepower or a 90? Is that what you're asking?
75 or 90.
Well, biggest thing I was asking is what you would recommend to go with the 75 or a 90. And then if I did go with that bigger 90, would I be able to run in less shallow water with it?
You probably won't be able to tell much of a difference as far as driving between the two motors.
I wouldn't think there'd even be a noticeable difference.
The boat doesn't rate for a 90, so
we can't recommend.
If you're just gonna put a 90 on that tiller handle boat, the 90 shows awesome motor.
It is.
For the power and the weight of the motor and what you can do for that motor, it's truly badass.
It is. It's an animal.
And then, do you guys have a guess about how fast it run?
Wasn't my Marsh Runner 1860?
Well, you're gonna run mid-50s.
Yeah, I would think.
You're gonna run mid-50s. There's actually a guy.
It would at least be 50.
There's actually a guy on the internet right now. His name is Bubba, and he's running an 1860 with a 90 show, and he just sent me a TikTok video of him hitting 60 with a 24 laser 2 prop.
Yeah, it's gonna all come down to setup.
Mm-hmm.
To get your max speed out of it, for sure.
Do you remember how much setback that guy Bubba
He's
had on his boat?
he's running an 8-inch Magnum jack plate. He's running an 8-inch jack plate.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're saying with the right prop and stuff, you could get up there.
He's running a 24 pitch prop.
Right, you could get up there to 60, but you're probably going to see with your standard stuff probably low to mid 50s.
He just sent me a TikTok video of him running 60. He finally hit 60 with it, and he's also going to run a turbo prop. He's gonna try a 24 pitch turbo prop, and he feels like he's gonna be a little bit over 60.
Cool.
With a 90 show.
Yeah,
that's rolling.
Yeah, that is rolling.
That's an 1860 DBST too. That's also an 8-degree hull.
Yeah, I was fixing to say it's not gonna float the nose. It's just gonna run out.
But he just sent me a video. Matter of fact, he just sent me a text message. So it's awesome.
Absolutely. Any other questions about the 1860s or what motor you might would put on there?
So is 2025 the first year that they're going to start being foam filled?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. They always had basic flotation,
but now it's more of advanced foam.
It's blown foam. It's you still got your storage boxes in the back. It's less storage, but they are filled for full foam in the rear and the front as well. And but I don't think that's a bad thing either.
No,
I don't think it's a bad thing. The boat is solid. It feels solid. It sounds solid. I really don't think foam is a bad deal.
No, I don't either. Especially,
I don't either.
No, it's not a bad deal, and you still have the storage. A lot of people, a misconception is they think that because they're foam now you lose storage. That's not the case. We still got those C option rear deck where they have pans in them now where they have kind of boxes, so they're a little bit shallower, but you still got some storage.
I was going to say you lose a little bit, but you still got storage.
Yeah, it ain't too bad.
It's still doable for sure.
No, yeah, it ain't making that much of a difference. But
all right. Well, I think that's all I got. I appreciate you guys, and I love the show. So
awesome, man. I appreciate it. All right, dude. You have a good one, man.
Yeah, y'all as well. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man.
You don't get too many calls with the 1860s.
1860.
Yeah, I'm telling you, 1860.
What a way to start the show.
I'm telling you, 1860 is the. Dude, I used to fish off 1860.
It's an absolute Cadillac.
Another call.
I love it, man.
All right, here we got another call coming in.
Where is this guy?
Hey, man, you're on Off the Clock with B. Scott. I got Tim Scott, Daryl Moore, and Michael Shockley with me. Who are you and where are you calling from?
Tanner Hoven from Grove Hill, Alabama.
Awesome, man. You got a Havoc?
Yeah, I got a 1656 MSTC with a gator tail, and it runs good. I've trying to get a little bit more out of it. I ran a beat up CA57 and then a boat DR prop. And I just got one of the Merc Rapid 3 blades, and I was just wondering what y'all recommend to get a little bit more out of it without getting it built.
Well, it just depends on how the boat's running. I mean, it's a boat running. It's hard to really do performance on mud motors. I mean, Daryl, you can get in on this. I mean, I know you run mud motors all the time, but for the boat part of it. That boat really runs flat. It's really designed to stay on top of the surface as much as possible. If you're trying, the way to get a boat to really pick up speed is to lift the boat, and it's going to take a really good prop to do that. Of course, that's what you're experimenting with.
You probably not. I've ran built motors and turbo motors, and it's hard to get any lift with a mud motor.
It's almost like it's pushing. I mean, the prop is at the surface, so it's pushing the boat flat.
Down. Yeah.
It's not like it's an outboard motor.
Yeah, it's not gripping and leveraging the hull up anyway. It's kind of just skimming the top.
But as far as what you're asking about props, when I experienced with my mud motor, I loved the Mercury 3 blade.
So last year I ran that 656 with a GTR 40, and I was over here looking up what prop it was I had got. But I put a Marine Power 2 blade on there, and it picked up a little bit of speed. So
Yeah,
I definitely would check that out.
The props that I have ran it with, like most people, they're getting like I think around 30 miles per hour. The most I've hit with all those props is 26.
Yeah.
26. And how do you feel like the boat's running? Like, do you feel like you're dragging or
is it like the nose of it's going down in the water? Like, how's it feel when you trim out with it?
No, I mean it runs good.
What RPMs are you turning? Like, what's it when you look back at the gauge on the mud motor? What's it saying?
Like running it like full.
Yeah, when it's full throttle.
I haven't even looked.
Can you bang it? Can you bang it out on the rev limiter?
Yeah.
That's what I always do. I always banged it out and then bumped
You
it
trim
down.
all the way up to like where it blows out, almost and you push down just one trim button.
That's what you do.
Yeah, just one little notch.
I would. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of things to look at because when I first got one of mine, we set up, it was not hitting at full speed like that, and what it was that it wasn't getting full throttle, so I had to go back and get it adjusted from a Gator dealer because the motor wasn't hitting full throttle. So then that's what I was saying. What RPMs are you getting? Because you may not be getting all your RPMs.
Yeah, that could be the case.
If he's banging out, he is.
But yeah, more
But-
likely.
But I would look at the RPMs because he could bang out without looking. He trims up too far if he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is true.
That
is true. It is true.
So I would definitely
Full
put in.
power.
Yeah, I would definitely put in the water and look at the RPMs are, and
It'd help you gauge props too.
yeah, and it'll help you gauge props. But I definitely would check out the prop I told you because like that helped me out because I mean mine was running last year. I was running 33. Stock with which is pretty standard.
And also too, something to look at too on the boat side of it because it takes both parts, the boat and the motor. From the factory, the boat comes with a weld, a little extended weld all across the transom. You could clean that weld up just a little bit,
But be careful.
Yes.
But be careful.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it. The boat is designed to run flat because you want the boat on top of the water and not necessarily digging the transom in the water. So you can look at the boat and clean the weld up just a little bit across the whole bottom of the boat. MSTC is the only boat that we go all the way across the bottom. And we do that because we want the stern up in the air.
And what we mean by be careful is don't take it all the way off.
Yes.
do a little bit and then run it.
Yes.
Yeah.
'cause you do
little
too
bit,
much.
little
It's one of those
bit.
deals where you
Little
do it at
adjustments.
the boat ramp. You know what I mean?
Little adjustments make a big difference.
For an example, if you had a really, really, really hot mud motor on there, these turbos, and it's really hot motor, and you had left the weld on the boat, more power you gave the boat, the further you drive the bow in the water.
That's right.
Does that make sense?
100% correct.
So you need to look at the boat as well because from the factory, they're set where it's just normal.
Yeah.
Normal use. You start putting performance parts on your motors. You put more power to the prop, and it could drive your bow down, causing you to over trim the motor, and you just lose its power.
Yeah.
You just lose its speed. So it could be a boat issue.
Yeah, I definitely would fill the
you look
bottom.
at-
Is
Check
your
the RPMs? I mean, it's hard to tell.
Is your
Yeah,
motor
that's
mounted
it.
all the way down on the transom?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Some people
no,
mount them up a little bit
and some people move them 1 inch too. They move 1 inch to the left. They move
to the passenger side.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
to
is
the
my
right side,
my
starboard
signature
side.
move.
There's 1 inch to the right side.
3/4 of an inch.
And you know what that does is the tiller torque.
Torque, that's right.
Take the tiller torque out of you, and it allows you to adjust everything.
Yeah, but the first thing I'd probably check, the number one first thing I'd check would be the welds on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
I would
too.
definitely check there, and if you feel like there's a lot there, you can try taking it off, like he said, all the way across the bottom, just a little bit at a time, and that will make a difference.
Yeah, because if it picks your boat up, if it picks your bow up 1 inch, your hull's drying out.
Yeah, you're getting air under it.
And when your hull dries out, you're gonna pick up speed.
Yeah.
But you gotta be really careful.
Are you running 26 with just you in there? Nothing else in the boat?
Yeah, just me.
Yeah.
It should be running faster than that. It should be
Yeah.
right at 30.
That would
Yep.
easily.
Definitely check your throttle, like he said.
But
Check
he
your
said his
throttle.
prop was beat up too.
Yeah.
That makes a big
Yeah, and a
difference.
mud motor, yeah.
a mud motor
Yeah, I
prop.
heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, mud motor props is finicky.
I'm telling you that, but that marine power prop, it makes. I mean, every time I get one, that's the first thing I put on there. is a marine power
I
prop.
usually tell people to find a buddy that's got some and just try them. Like I always ran a work prop, even on my stock motor. I ran a work prop.
Yeah. Yeah, so check your throttle, check your bob, your weld in your boat, your MSTC, and also check your prop. Make sure it's not too, that sand tears them up quick.
Yeah, it takes the diameter off. When you take diameter off the prop, it's taking all your gains.
It's not like an outboard prop.
No. Well, yeah. Anyway, well, let us know. After you check all this stuff, definitely keep up with us. Let us know because I'm curious about it for sure in the future. What you find.
Alrighty, I'll keep in touch with you. Thank y'all so much.
All right, no problem,
Yes, sir.
man. Thanks for
Thank you.
calling.
Have a good one.
All right, see you.
Bye. That's a thing too. Is like very rarely do we get performance questions over
mud
the
motors.
MSTCs with mud motors on them. It's like it's a double-edged sword.
I think a lot of people don't understand the wear and tear on props.
Yeah.
Like a mud motor prop will take wear and tear like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, one day in the woods in the wrong environment will tear a prop up.
yeah, sand
Sand is
kills.
terrible.
Yes.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And once that prop starts getting a little sharp points and it's terrible looking, but once it's done, it's done.
Oh yeah.
You got to buy a new prop.
I need to find.
Oh yeah,
I need to
because
find
once you take diameter off of them,
Yeah.
I mean that's all. You're only using half of that prop.
Yeah.
Half that prop's out of the water.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. So it's a big deal, and I think a lot of people don't understand how important a prop is to a mud motor.
I need to find my props when we went to Oklahoma 3 years ago. In 1 week, I went through 4 props.
Yeah.
He's like up there on that river, just
Yeah.
hit a sandbar. You hit a sandbar, you keep going, you trying to get out of it.
Oh yeah.
And every day I was having to change
And
props.
you know,
was
it affects
horrible.
You wasn't going fast enough.
It definitely
you gotta get on top.
It definitely affects
No,
your
no, no.
performance.
I was going fast enough that every time you stop, you just fly to the front of the boat. You hit the sandbar, you just fly to the front of the boat. I wish and he out pushing. Like it takes 4 people to push.
I
it
wish
off.
I would have told. I wish I would have told that guy to adjust his boat after he got a new prop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because you can't really
Well, he's
do
gonna
much
watch
to
this.
the.
He'll watch.
You can't do much to your setup till you have a
Everything.
good start.
Yeah.
You gotta have a starting, and that goes for every kind of boat. Like you need a good starting point before you can start messing around with stuff.
Yeah,
100%.
like trim.
Yeah. Like if you don't got if you got things that aren't working on your rig already, let's fix those first.
Yeah,
Before you start trying to
just have a solid
set
base.
them up.
Yeah. So this guy, an 1860 DBST, for everybody watching the podcast, he's running 24 pitch. He's running 24 pitch on the rev limiter at 58 miles an hour in 1860 DBST.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty solid.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah. Has a rod box on the left side. I mean, it's a heavy. She's heavy. He's lifting good. He loves his boat.
Got a gas tank in there too.
Yeah, he has a gas tank. I see a gas tank in his picture. These guys send me pictures all the time, videos all the time. But and we learn from these. We learn from situations like this. But yeah, he's running out pretty good.
For sure.
Anyways, we got a guy that called a minute ago that while we were on the phone, we can go ahead and call him back.
Like Cope people.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Let me get it going.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? Sorry we missed your call. You're on Off the Clock with B Scott, and we got Daryl Moore, Michael Shockley, and Tim Scott with me. Who are you and where are you calling from?
Chris Smith, and I'm calling from Louisiana.
Hey,
Awesome, man. You got a Havoc?
Yes, sir. Just got it, actually.
Awesome. Well, what kind of boat you got?
I got a VJ, 1653.
1653.
BJ.
What motor's on there?
50 Mercury.
4-stroke?
Yes, sir.
50 Mercury.
Any setback on that boat?
I got 10-inch action jack on.
Oh, I like it.
10 inch. Perfect.
What
How's
props on? Oh,
How's it running?
It's running fairly good until I start trimming on it.
What's
Oh,
it
yeah.
do?
What kind of issues you having?
It's just bouncing.
All
Even
right.
with 10 inches.
Is it like a fast hop, slow hop? What kind of hop is it?
It's, I guess, about medium, more or less. As soon as I bump that trim, it goes to bouncing.
Are you raising your motor up any?
It's on 3 on my jack plate.
Well, all right,
That's
so-
where I found best rides.
All right, so the rule of thumb on jack plates. So it sounds like you got the counterweight back, but you also might have too much counterweight back on the VJ. How heavy are you? I mean, what do you weigh?
I'm 220.
220. So all right,
You're
that's
my
about what I
size.
weigh. All right, so you're going to go up on your jack plate for sure, but the rule of thumb is for every inch you go back, quarter inch up.
That's right.
Okay, so that's a rule of thumb. And then once you do that, you need to go proper. You need to pick a prop that fits that application. So even if you go up with your jack plate for every inch you go back, you might be running the wrong prop. You need to hold more water in your prop.
Okay.
And I would say you need to, next time you're running it, you need to jack it all the way up until it blows out and jack it down about a quarter. Go in quarter-inch increments.
And also too,
Okay.
a lot of people don't understand this too. That a 4-stroke, the trim rate is slower than a 2-stroke. Sometimes you just can't get on the 4-stroke and just hold the trim button.
Yeah.
You gotta let that motor catch up.
Yeah, that's where your power is.
And that's-
You can hold it
RPMs.
wide open and
Yes.
your gains in your trim.
Yeah.
There's
It
a
is.
lot of times where you can get in a boat, especially in a VJ, because it is a lighter boat up front. You run it, you bump. Run it, bump. Run it, bump. Run it, bump. It's not like run, bump, 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 bump. You gotta let
Yeah.
that boat catch up. You gotta let that boat get balanced.
You got to build the RPMs up.
You gotta build the RPMs up. Exactly right. So the 4-stroke is a little slower, especially with that much setback.
Did we ask him if he has anything in the front?
No.
Do you have anything in the front of that boat?
No, sir. Well, trolling motor. That's about it. But I don't. My batteries and everything's in the back.
What kind of trolling motor you got in front?
Riptide. I mean, Cody.
Yeah, it's a good troll motor. It's a good troll motor.
really
Well,
good.
you did the right thing with 10 inches setback on that particular boat. I believe you're 100% right. It don't sound like the balance point. The balance point is probably sitting under your butt somewhere on the boat. I imagine your tongue weight is fairly light.
You should.
I would say you probably have about 80 pounds on your tongue, probably, maybe. Just guessing. I don't know. I didn't weigh. I don't know for sure, but you could check your tongue weight, see what your tongue weight is. What trailer is your boat sitting on?
McCain.
Okay, so I don't know where the tracks. I mean, I really don't know where the axle placement is on that. I know our trailer axles are around 42 inches. All of our trailers are around 42 inches because it kind of gives us an idea how to balance the boat before they leave the factory. But with our boat, we want about 70, 80 pounds on the nose. I don't know where you're at with that, but the balance point of your boat is very, very important, and we just talked about this earlier. It's not necessarily the inches you go back, but the weight behind the transom. So you want to get your boat balanced. Normally, when a boat runs on the plug, loaded down, she'll sit similar to that in the water empty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so if your boat is just sitting there empty and she's pointing up in the air at a 22-degree angle, that's kind of how she's going to run. It kind of gives you an idea how she's going to run. And and what you got to do next is just find the right prop.
Okay. That was going to be my next question. Is what prop do y'all recommend? Because I just got to stop what come on the Mercury. So
That might be the first thing you start with.
Well, I mean, he definitely. I mean, I'm really surprised he has a setback he has on it. It's awesome.
No,
Yeah.
You know,
just
that's
listening
great.
to what you have.
Yes.
Up to this point with the setup, motor, and size boat, I mean,
Yeah.
everything's looking good.
What prop are you running now?
It's just stock.
It
Whatever
says
comes
stock
with it.
prop.
Stock aluminum prop?
no, sir. It's stainless. But
No, I don't think Mercury don't come with a stock prop. Somebody put that prop
Yeah,
on
somebody
there.
put that on there.
I mean, I don't know what it is.
I just bought this boat from Quentin at Richards.
Well, he's the man. I don't.
Yeah,
I think he's a man. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder.
He's actually the one that they recommended the setback on it. So
Absolutely.
He
did.
knows.
I mean, he
That-
goddamn well
that-
know he do.
That's the reason it
it's
came
a-
so good.
That's the reason why. I mean, exactly. I mean, Quinn's the man.
I'm
yeah,
going to say it needs to be a 15 pitch because that's what I found runs best on Whitney's. Hers is a 60.
Yeah.
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 So you're probably right. Yeah.
15.
Yes, absolutely.
I would run a 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty, fellas. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you need a prop to hold some water on there, and reach back out to Quentin and tell him what you're experiencing, and he definitely sets you in the right direction for sure.
For sure.
There's not very many phone calls we get that's even start
Yeah,
like you have, which is awesome.
Yeah, you got a great starting point for sure.
Most of the time, people's gonna call us and they're gonna say I got advanced kick and jack, or I got 6 inches on there, or Bob 6 inch. You know, and it's just a lot of cases that's just not enough setback.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll try that with a prop, and we'll go from there. I appreciate y'all giving me a call back.
I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you, man.
Yes, sir. You have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
So that's good that he started with a 10-inch.
Yeah.
His balance point is way back. He's weighing 220 pounds, so it's way back there. So his problem is he's just not high enough with the right prop.
Yeah.
That's all his problem is. You just don't have the right prop.
Yep.
Because you got to think, man. You got all that setback back there, and you got to get the prop holds the water and keeps that boat balanced. And that's the key.
That is the key. Everything has to work in harmony.
Yeah, and Quentin is definitely Quentin is
Quentin get
definitely
him
a
lined
good
up
place
for
to
sure.
start for sure.
Yeah, he got him in the right direction.
If there's
for
anyone
sure.
in South Arkansas, South United States to go to, Quentin's the man.
Yeah, he can handle it.
Yeah, man. Quentin weighs what?
500.
I was gonna be
I ain't never seen a 550 run as good with
Oh,
that much weight. In the
He would
back
come
of the
out of the
water.
hole, and I'm talking about he'd be running like this the whole way down the track.
You talking about which boat?
I'm talking about back in the day when he used to run that edge.
That was a 547, wasn't it?
Dude,
That was the XR,
I don't know what it was.
whatever they called it.
He was over the
That's the
capacity.
547.
Quinn said, "Boy, I'm fast." I said, "Yeah, you'd be a lot faster if you wasn't dragging the right side of your boat in the water." He never really noticed that until we actually sent him a video. So I was like, "Dude, you're fast, but you're running fast down the track crooked because you're so big."
He was fast. He could run it.
But you know what was crazy about Quentin though is he made the boat run as much as he weighs. I was like, dude, that's to me that was amazing.
Oh yeah.
I said you're going to kill it in a 553.
And he was actually bigger then, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was the size of a Volkswagen then.
yeah. I think a lot of people don't understand that a big boat isn't slow.
No.
A big boat isn't slow. And if you weigh a lot and you carry a lot of gear, you need a bigger boat.
Absolutely, without a doubt. There's a purpose for it.
It's not slow, man.
Anyways, let's get what we've got a call from. Oh, speaking of the devil, guess who it is?
His ears was burning.
His ears are burning. It's Quentin. What's going on, Quentin?
Hey, Bo.
Man,
You're on here.
yeah, y'all. It's hotter than a son of a gun down here.
Oh yeah, I bet it is.
We just got done talking to one of your customers, Quentin.
Yeah, who's that?
You're gonna want to see this one.
Yeah, he's gonna call you. But you sold him a VJ with 10-inch bobs on there. It's running good, but I feel like he's trimming it up. He's trimming it up, and got a hop to it. I told him to give you a holler, but
Said he had a stock prop, but
I
Yeah.
don't know what stock prop means in the Mercury terms,
But you set him up really great though. It was a 653 VJST with a 10-inch action bobs on it, and it's 50 Merc. I don't know. He didn't know what prop he had, but to me, his setup seems right. You know.
So, what are you doing down there, Quentin?
I am currently installing a seat base and a boat. We got about 64 boats on the lot for service. So
That's good. You're staying busy down there.
Staying busy.
I was just so glad that somebody called and said I got a 10-inch jack plate on my VJ, and it came from Quentin.
Somebody listen.
Oh, that's badass.
did he say he just bought it?
Yeah, he just
yeah,
got
he
it.
said
Yeah,
just got it,
he
yeah.
said he just bought it.
I don't think he's had it on water a few times. I just think he needs some setups.
What's his name? Chris?
Yeah, it was.
Chris, yeah, he literally just got it.
Yeah.
Picked it up Friday.
Yeah. Sound like a running out guy.
Yeah, so the biggest thing, that I've realized, a lot of people don't understand the Mercuries, they kind of like have a limit in them
Mm-hmm.
until they hit a certain amount of hours. And then it's kind of like a safety fail. You know what I'm saying?
that Guardian, whatever.
It's 20
Yeah.
hours, isn't it?
Guardian mode, yeah. I think Quentin told me 20
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, he didn't tell us
So,
how long. He didn't tell us how long he's had the boat. He just said he was a customer.
Yeah, well, there's no way he's got 20
Well, I
hours.
forgot
on it.
all about that. I'm glad you reminded me on that.
Yeah.
That makes a big
Yeah,
difference.
just a good.
He might not
Like
be
I
getting
always
all
tell
the power.
everybody, I always tell people like, hey, look, this motor's gonna feel a little weak. You need to get 20 hours on it, and then it'll start to, give you some up. Just kind of general idea. I sold one to a buddy of mine, and he said after 20 hours, he picked up 6 or 7 mile an hour. I don't remember exactly.
Dang, that's a lot.
Hey, Luce is fast.
Yes.
You know, that's like
I'm putting
same changing nothing.
Yeah.
I'm finna put Whitney's in the pond tonight. Let it idle all night.
Hey, Luce is fast. you know when Quentin, when the B Scout was starting to beat everybody at the boat races, we always knew his motor's about to pop.
Yeah. You can always tell when it gets nice and loose.
He just ran a 9.9. Oh shit, it's about to pop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man, I just made a big old mess.
Oh yeah.
I don't doubt it one bit, dude. You sound like you're busy,
Wasn't in
man.
your pants, was it?
No, I just got I'm draining bad gas out of a fuel tank too.
Oh, I hear you, man.
So what are y'all on? Y'all on podcasts or what?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we're on the podcast right now. You're on the podcast. I've been seeing all your
Damn.
TikTok videos, man. You've been killing it.
You have, dude. Been working
Man, I
hard.
can tell you, whenever I first started doing that, so the reason what made me start doing that was I had a customer. I sold him a DB, I don't know, like right before hunting season last year. And then one day he comes across my TikTok, and, you know, he had a few hundred followers, 500 followers, something like that. Then a few days later, he came across my TikTok again, and he had like 5,000 followers. And I was like, damn, what the hell? And then a couple days later, I went to his TikTok, and he had like 20,000 followers. So I called him, and I was like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Like, how are you getting all these TikTok followers? And he told me, he said, man, you just got to be consistent on your posting. He said, you really need to post 3 times a day.
Yeah.
He said, but you have to post once a day. So whenever, and that was about the time whenever we got the first freedom. And so I started posting about the freedom, and people start chiming in. And basically, like, every time somebody comments, according to what he's telling me, is like it kind of
Pops
throws
back
it
up.
onto whoever comments their For You page.
Yeah.
And it's just like a snowball effect. And next thing you know, I mean, I've had people reach out to me about those things from overseas and stuff. Like, they're messaging me
Yeah, we've had some
on
of that
TikTok.
too.
I don't even know their, like, I can't even respond because I don't know their language.
Yeah, we had yeah, I had a guy.
funny,
I had a guy contact me last night from Switzerland.
Switzerland. I need some Havocs, man. You need to find out a way to get some of them over there.
I think that's a big market over there, Switzerland.
Oh yeah, you know it is. It's got to be
It's gonna take a big havoc to get
a
them over
big
there.
Havoc to ship them over
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I don't know about that now. That's a big endeavor right there. But anyways, man, we got people calling in, dude. It was good talking to you, Quentin.
Always, dude.
Yeah, hey, look, while y'all in there soaking up that air conditioner, just think about my big fat ass. I'm down here pouring and sweating.
Hey, I'm sorry I missed out on the bow fishing hunt a couple weeks ago with you, man. I was really wanting to hang out with you.
Well, that's all right. I'll get up there sometime soon. We'll hang out a weekend or
You
something.
need to come up here to go deer.
We'll see you in bow season, man.
You need to come deer hunting with us, man.
Yeah, well, you know, it's just sometimes it's possible, sometimes it ain't.
I get you. Keep take care of the customers.
That's right, man. Well,
Hey, y'all be good. I'm gonna run.
all right, man.
Ken.
We'll holler at you.
Suck it easy.
Did you
Oh,
say,
Quentin.
Did you say suck it easy? I never really said that before. That's pretty cool.
Suck it easy. He's been
Suck it
saying that
easy.
for about
Most-
a couple weeks now.
I've been saying it for years. Most of the time you say, all right, suck it easy. Okay, man, see you later.
Suck it easy. That's what I want to tell B Scott's mama. Suck it easy.
Oh my god, she can say probably not.
Probably not. I got a tattoo for her.
That's right. Well, anyways, we
I'm gonna get a
got
tattoo.
a call we missed. Let's see if we can get them
I'm
back on the phone.
getting a tattoo. I'm gonna start sleeve.
Are you?
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
What do we call this guy?
I'm start sleeve.
Boy,
see if we
Haley's
can get
gonna
him on
whoop
the
you,
phone.
boy.
Hey, Haley ain't gonna go for that, is she?
Yes, she is. She has tattoos.
Does he?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on? You're on Off Cargo Beast Guide. I got Tim, Michael Shockley, and Daryl Moore with me. Who are you and where are you calling from?
I'm Andy Skipper. I'm calling from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Myrtle
yeah,
Beach.
man.
What you got going on, man? What kind of boat you got?
Man, I got a 2025 BBST
DBST.
with a 60, with a 60 Mercury
Okay.
force truck on the back.
Okay.
What size is
What
it?
size DBST you got?
656.
656. All right.
That's an 8-degree
Yes,
off.
sir. And
DBST.
that thing bounces like nobody's business.
Oh yeah. What's your setup? What kind of jack plate you got?
I got a Bob's kicking jack,
All right.
6 inch.
and I had a friend of mine tell me to try another 4-inch offset with it. So I put another 4-inch, so I got 10 inches offset on the back. It helped it some, but it's still, man, if you touch the trim very much, she's bouncing.
All right, B. Scott, you got this? You want me to take this? Because this is right route. This is
Yeah, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Before you called. So we're discussing the weight versus setback in general.
and the balance weight and the balance point of your boat. This is really, 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 really important, especially on an 8-degree hull. Okay.
So it's not only the inches of leverage, but it's also the weight that it is.
And there's a reason why it bounces, because you over trim. If you want to get the nose up in the air, so let's everybody know that you don't have to trim the motor till she bounces. She bounces because it's trimming. There is a point where the boat doesn't bounce, and the boat is riding on the water, right? Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
let's everybody, we want to make sure everybody knows that the trim unit on your motor is there for a reason. You can run the motor flat, the boat flat. You can trim it up to get the bow up to get more speed. But if the boat isn't set up to trim to the maximum, that's where you get the balance. And the balancing is not a situation where it's a bad boat, bad setup, bad motor, bad prop situation. It's just an out of balance situation.
Yeah, it's falling on its face.
And I always tell people it's like this, man. You go out there and buy a $6,000 set of mud tires, and you take the $4 weights off the tires. What happens? The tire starts bouncing, right? So, So basically, you can take it from here. Mathematically, the weight behind the transom is the issue.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely getting a heavy jack plate that has the inches of setback that you need is very crucial for more than one reason. As an example, we had a boat that we were throwing on a scale, getting the tongue weights out of earlier today out in the plant, and we put in 48 pounds worth of fuel right under the back deck, and it only changed the balance point of the boat by 7 pounds. And the reason being is because it was closer to the balance point. The weight wasn't exactly like transferable. I don't know how to make that make sense.
It wasn't behind the transom.
Right.
It wasn't behind the balancing point.
But if I took that 48 pounds and say I moved it back 6 inches, instead of 7 pound difference, it could have been 20 pounds or 25 pounds, or you know what I mean? It would have been more of a transfer of weight to help you leverage the hull and get the balance happy. And one thing Dad's talking about is, getting a heavy-duty jack plate that has the proper amount of weight and setback, because I see people putting, spacer plates or whatever it may be, and they might be giving you another 4 inches, but they're only giving you,
leverage,
say, 10 pounds worth of weight. But if you can get that 4 inches and 20 pounds or 30 pounds, I mean, it'll help you out.
When I put the 4-inch on it did calm the bouncing down. And since I did put like when I'm running by myself or my son's running by himself, we take the trolling motor off the front, but I did put a trolling battery in the back.
Okay.
And it was like all the weight was to the starboard side of the boat.
Okay.
So I took the storage hatch, the plastic storage hatch off the port side, and cleared a little bit of the foam out, and put the cranking battery on one side and the trolling battery on the other side, so it kind of evened the weight out on the back of the boat.
Right.
So you didn't ride going down the river because you got all the weight on one side of the boat. And that helped. But it's like it's a dog coming off the line. It's got a 15-pitch Vengeance prop on it.
15-pitch Vengeance.
Yeah. And I've got the Mercury Bluetooth box. Well, I think what you call it, Smart Connect or whatever.
Yeah.
I've got it on the motor, and it turns 5,700, 5,700 RPM, depending on the current and where I'm running. But it's just like sometimes it's like when me and my son's in the boat, because I really bought the boat duck hunt out of it. I'm building a duck line on it.
Right.
I don't want it to bounce, but I also need it to tote some weight.
Yeah.
And like when me and my son get in it, it's like a dog coming off a plane, and like you twist the trim very much, and it's going to bounce.
So when you put your blind and you add weight to it, you might have to drop down to a 14-pitch prop.
Yeah.
Would you go with a 14? Would you go with a 14 four blade, or?
I wouldn't go no less than 14.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
go
four
less than
blade.
14.
Four blade's gonna pull more weight.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely be able to haul more gear with a 4 blade for sure.
And I will say that the boat, my son, he weighs 150 pounds, and with the app, it controls by the GPS. It shows the speed. He has got it 40 to 41. I wish I could get a little bit more out of it.
it's a
I'd love to
50
have it
Mercury,
about
correct?
45. Yeah, 60 Mercury.
A 60 Mercury.
656. That's DBST. That's a big, heavy boat.
Well, the thing about it though, if the boat's not completely balanced, it's hard to let the motor push the boat forward, if that makes sense, because your motor's kind of fighting. Your prop is fighting the bow, and it's fighting the boat. It's kind of like, taking your AC off of a drag car. You want all the power you can get to your motor, so everything has to be in sync. And that's going to be your weight and balance. It's going to be your weight and balance, your counterbalance.
Yeah. The hop that you have that you're talking about, is it like a fast, violent hop, or is it a slow, drawn out hop?
No, it's fast. When you start trimming up, like you only get probably a quarter trim, it starts bouncing fast.
So every fast hop you get out there is a weight and balance issue. It's no different than taking the weights off your tires.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's what it is. It's a weight and balance issue. So, the jack plate, the weight behind your transom is the point. I mean, did you discuss? I had to step off for a second, but did you discuss the weight off the balance point of the boat?
Yeah.
So, get your boat back in the at the house. Look at the boat, get it balanced, and that's going to be your first step. A lot of guys will go in and they'll start buying props, but on the 660 track, we can run 10 props and be within 4/10 of a mile. 4/10.
Yeah, and you got a good prop. Vengeance. Didn't you say Vengeance?
Yeah,
No.
you do have a good prop.
That's a good prop.
So, I mean, we spend thousands of dollars on our race props, and it'll be within 4/10 of all of them. Of
If
all
that.
of them.
Sometimes two.
Yeah, sometimes it's two. So a lot of people get hung up on props, but if the boat is balanced right and you got the proper setback in the boat, and let the boat do its job, then the prop is the last thing you worry about.
I got you.
That's the biggest problem. We see this all the time, and the 6-inch is probably the 6-inch kickbacks, or everybody makes them bobs, advances. That's the biggest issue right now. That's the biggest issue I see everywhere, is because there's just not enough setback. Unless you buy an RDB or a Mod 40 or a Marsh Runner that's designed for less setback, you're just not going to get it. You're just not going to get the performance. You're not going to get the performance that you see on TikTok and Facebook anyways.
Without adding more, setback, without having that extra weight and, inches of setback back there in combination to balance the boat out.
Yeah, we have a 2,000 pound center console running on a drain plug, but it took a lot of weight, a lot of counterweight, and it took a 250 horse motor to counterweight that hull to get it to run on its balancing point of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. I notice when I sit in the front, like when I sit in the front seat, he drives it won't bounce as bad, but it's just like it comes off the line good, but it's just I got so much weight in the front. You know what I'm saying?
The reason why that is if your balancing point is below your feet, it's not below your feet, it's in front of your feet, the way you're sounding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So what happens is your prop is trying to pick that boat up. Okay. Your balancing point is in front of your feet. Okay. So it has to pick your boat up past the balancing point, and that's your hop.
Yeah, it's basically like a rocking chair.
Yeah.
That's your hop you got. And if your balancing point was behind your feet or where your butt was sitting in the boat, your boat would pick it up naturally. But you're actually trying to pick that boat up in midair with your prop, and then what a violent hop is when your prop releases the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boom, boom, boom. I mean, she's trying to grab it. The nose is too heavy. The prop can't hold her up, and that's where your hop comes from. And when your boat sits on the water, there's a point in your boat where it's weightless. So if you put 25 gallons of weight. Like if you put 25 gallons of fuel in the nose of your boat, that 25 gallons of fuel is going to weigh more than 25 gallons because it's 14 foot from your balance point of your boat.
Mm-hmm.
But if you put the same 25 gallons of fuel at the balance point of your boat, it's weightless.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
It doesn't have a negative effect or positive effect on the balance point.
Now, this is the tricky part, though. If you take the 25 pounds on the balance point, it's weightless. But if you take the same 25 pounds and you move it 3 inches behind your balance point, it might not be 25 pounds. It only might be 15.
Yep. And that's what I was saying earlier about the 7 pounds.
Yes.
48 pounds of gas.
Yes.
Only changed the balance point tongue weight.
Yes.
7 pounds.
And what I'm seeing all over the internet is people's like, let's add weight, add weight. Bullshit. Don't add weight. Move weight around.
Yeah.
You guys got this complete backwards.
Yep.
You can't add weight. Don't put a Band-Aid on the scar. Put some antibiotics on it. You know, I mean, don't just Band-Aid it. And that's the problem. I think a lot of people is overthinking the stuff. They try to counterbalance their problem instead of figuring out what the problem is. And it's basically simply this. It's this simple. When you buy a set of tires and don't balance your tires, you don't get good performance. And boats are no difference.
Your fuel tank is in the back, right?
Yes. Fuel tank, both batteries in the back of the boat.
Yeah, I mean, you got the counterweight back there, but your counterweight, the weight behind the back of the boat, it may or may not be within 12 inches from your balance point of your boat. It doesn't matter.
So the weight's not really as much weight.
It's not as much weight as you think it is.
Yeah.
Right.
If you was to throw a power pole on it, it'd probably drive perfect.
Yes, exactly. You could take the battery out of your boat and put the power pole on your jack plate. The power pole may weigh 100 pounds, but it will weigh 130 pounds because it's 12 inches from the balance point of your boat.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. It makes lots of sense.
Yes. And a lot of people don't understand that. A Valiant Hop is not a slow boat. A Valiant Hop is not a bad boat. A Valiant Hop is an unbalanced boat.
Yep.
I got you. I just wish I could get that Mercury turned up like you can turn the Yamahas and stuff up and get a little bit more power out of it.
You and me both, brother.
No, more power is always better.
But you will be surprised though. This is what all these people don't understand. You'll be surprised what that 60 Merc can do when that boat isn't holding it back.
Yeah. When it's happy.
That boat right now is holding that motor back. And the reason why it's holding it back is because it just ain't balanced. She don't know where she needs to run. She's on her secondary pad, primary pad. She's pushing water. The rake's cupping water. Your valley, and not only that, a lot of people don't understand too. When you have a kicking jack or a jack plate that moves, that when that boat is hopping, that prop is moving in a water column. It doesn't give the prop an opportunity to hold the water. It releases the water, and it just magnifies the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you never see a race boat with a jack plate that moves.
Yeah.
Yep.
How long have you had that boat?
3 months.
How many hours you think you put on it?
It's got over 20 hours.
Yeah.
So I got a 15-year-old that whenever he's not at work and he's got a chance, he's hooking that boat and going to the river.
Yeah.
I hear you. That's awesome.
That
dude.
is
That's
awesome.
But yeah, I mean that's one reason why we're doing these podcasts is because, you know, it's really crazy how boats work and how all that works together, the prop, jack plate, and counterweights and all this stuff. And I think a lot of people just don't understand that a boat is like a seesaw.
Yep. That's it.
I got you.
It sits, it runs like it sits.
I got you. So I need to start practicing and trying moving different weight around in the boat, maybe getting the batteries more to the back of the boat and see if that don't help it out a lot.
You can move a battery in your trunk 3 inches further back, and it makes a difference where your boat runs.
It does.
It does.
It's all the it's just the distance from the balance point. Like, how can you get your weight located, corresponding with the balance point?
And I always tell people too, I mean, go ahead and weigh your tongue in your boat. Put your tongue in your boat on the bathroom scale. If it's 200 pounds, then you need to figure out a way to get that 200 pounds down to 70 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you had a battery in the compartment, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help. Which doesn't help.
If it was a lithium battery, though.
No, I mean, but really though,
It'd be more weight in the back.
It's so close to the balancing point that 50-pound battery might only make a change of 20 pounds.
Yeah,
But
no, I doubt even that.
But if it's in front of the balance point, it's gonna make it worse.
Yes, right.
Right.
And I always tell people too. I get so pumped up about this shit. I love this shit. But check this out. All right, check this out. All right, if you get a buddy that picks up the tongue of your boat, okay, he's strong enough to hold the tongue of your boat, and you get in that boat, there is a certain place in that boat that you can stand that he's not strained. He can hold that up.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the damn point you got to find right there.
Yeah.
That's what you got to find, and you got to put that point on the water. That's the deal. So you think about this. You hold that tongue up. You take 2 feet in front of the bouncing point. That guy can't hold that boat up no more. Mm-hmm. Okay. He takes 3 steps back. He can hold that boat up. That's how that boat. That's a sweet spot you're looking for when that boat runs, and that's going to put all the power to your prop, and that's when you smoke ass.
Yeah, and you can do this with a scale. Just put your
Yes.
your jack on a scale,
you can.
and you can do all this.
I mean, we'll get our race boats down to like 10, 12, 16 pounds.
Our RDB drag was like negative 14, 14 pounds on the bow. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know if this is gonna work.
Yeah, my mod 40 with 8 inches of setback. You can hear it back here on the tongue going down the road. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, horrible pulling boats.
hey, we pulled the boat out of the plant the other day. It's a new model we just built. We just pulled it out, and old B Scott, I was backing up to the truck, and old B Scott was putting that tongue on that ball, and I was thinking, hey boy, is she heavy or light? She goes, she's pretty damn light. I'm like, this son of a bitch gonna run.
I'll tell you, yeah, I can grab that trailer and tell you what she's fixing to do.
And hey, you know what? If that thing is too heavy, I said, let's put some power poles on it. You know what I mean? And once we put the power poles on it, then we match the prop to the weight. We match it. We might need a bigger diameter prop. We might need less pitch, like Shockley said earlier. We need to keep that motor in this power band. We need to keep the motor pushing at the peak of its power, and that's where you adjust the prop to your balance point of your boat, and that's when she'll wake up.
Yep,
For sure.
I got you. Well, see, what you just explained to me makes a lot of sense, because I used to move furniture. I used to deliver, back in the day when I was younger, I used to deliver furniture and appliances. And whenever you put appliances on the cart, there's a balancing point on that cart. You can hold it with one finger. You can hold a 400-pound refrigerator with one finger and move it around just as long as it's in that balancing point. But if it ever come towards you, the key, if it ever got away from you, it's going to fall.
That's right.
So that makes a lot of sense what you said.
Same scenario.
It's the same thing. And
same thing.
Only difference from this situation to you is you're actually the Mercury motor. It's a lot easier for you to push the product on the balance point as if you not to push it on that balance point.
Yep.
I got you.
You can work a lot longer. Yep.
Oh yeah.
I need to start working some weight around and see if I can't figure it out.
And remember, it's the balance point of the boat with you sitting in the boat.
Yes.
All right, so you need to get in the boat, get your wife or a buddy or something, watch the scale, figure it out, make adjustments, and move that 40-pound battery 3 more inches. Not just moving the back.
And for an example, we weighed a boat this morning, and with the motor, battery, empty gas tank, jack plate, everything on there, we had 70 pounds on the tongue. Well, when I got in the boat in a position where I was going to drive it, the tongue weight went down to 42 pounds. So, we lost just under 30 pounds. Now, I weigh 200 pounds. But if I weighed 280, it would have ended up weighing less. So, I mean, it's a little different for everybody.
And also, while we're on this, let's explain the trolling motor, the light bars. Okay, so when you're setting a boat up, the idea is getting as much less weight you can on the bow to cover the trolling motor. You want a boat that runs on the plug, runs on its tail end with the trolling motor and your fishing load, right? Well, a lot of people, what they don't understand, they don't adjust a boat for that. So if you know your trolling motor is going to weigh 100 pounds, you need to build your boat accordingly. So you have to take all that weight off the nose before you start building the front end of your boat. Mm-hmm. Okay? And if you do that first, then your boat will perform really nice, loaded down with the fishing equipment.
Yep.
That's what people don't understand. They'll get a boat, they'll put a damn 6-inch jack plate on it, which is crazy. they'll put this on there because everybody sells them, right? And they'll put this trolling motor, they'll put their screens on their front deck, and next thing you know, their boats won't run, and their props are blowing out. Well, you know why their props are blowing out? Because they can't pick up the damn boat.
Yeah, because
And the boat's too damn heavy.
Because 100 pounds on the very tip of the boat worth of leverage is more than 100 pounds that motor's got to fight against.
Because it's 13 foot from the balancing point.
Yep.
Nice. That explains a lot. So I want to get to working on adjusting some weight around. That'll work great.
Absolutely.
Weight is your friend. Setback. Setback, a lot of people get confused on setback and weight, counterweight. Setback, the only reason why you go from 6 to 10 to 12 inches is you actually using the motor's counterweight.
Yep.
That's the only reason why you have the options. But you can also get a Gen 3 Bobs that you can get a Gen 3 Bob's hydraulic jack plate with a 6-inch that weighs as much as a 10-inch standard Bob's.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So you take the Gen 3 action Bobs that weighs way more or less setback, you're going to improve your hose shot. So there's a lot more to it than what people think.
Yeah. I mean, there is a lot to it. You just got to play with it. And, man, keep us updated, dude. I mean, if you got any more questions, dude, feel free to call us, and you know, we'll definitely help you work through your setup, man. Keep working with you.
I appreciate it. I really do. I thank y'all guys for a lot of your time. Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you, man.
You have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
That was a really good call, and it's so like I think a lot of these people is like that guy right there, dude. As soon as it clicked in his head, it clicked in his head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like you just don't know how to show people or give them examples. But for him, it was moving furniture. It's the same damn thing.
Yep, it is.
It's the same damn thing. And you know, until you realize what clicks. I mean, to get you to understand it, you know, and it's like, to me, it's fun. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah, it really is.
The next thing in all this is dead rise. You know, what does the dead rise of the hull, how does it affect the balancing point of the boat? Because you got 8 degrees, you got 4 degrees, 6 degrees, you got 10, 20. You know, you got these bass boats out there that run 20-degree dead rise. You got these Allisons that run a lot of dead rise, but the boats weigh 260 pounds. We're running a 780-pound boat, you know, 800-pound duck hunting boats. So, you know, how does the dead rise affect the weight, and can the motor actually clean the hull up to run efficiently? There's just a lot to it. Only thing I know to do is just keep calling and keep helping people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that crazy? Isn't that just crazy how simple it is?
Oh, yeah, it is.
You know, when you start thinking about it.
It's just like a race car. You have to scale a race car.
You do. You do. And I just think maybe people doesn't think that boats are that complex. Like it's just aluminum welded together.
You'd be surprised at the amount of boat owners it's their first boat.
Yeah, it is.
They think you buy a boat, throw a motor on it, and go ride, and it's just not that way.
I get caught up.
And it's crazy too, because some people don't like. That's what they want. They just want. They don't care how it rides.
Well,
they
need
to put it in there. I just want to put down the river. You know.
Well, they need to buy a Mach 1.
Yeah, Mach 1's badass.
I mean, you can literally throw anything on that, and I think they'll just ride.
Yeah. Maybe we got to tell people more or less like, hey, like I still see the people are still starting to learn what model does what. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get lost in the whole situation. I'm 47 years old. A lot of these guys just not getting their first boats. Hell out. They were born when I was getting in the boat business. And I get caught up in that shit. You know, I get lost. People really don't know.
Yeah.
You know, and my wife gets on to me all the time because she's like, Tim, they just don't know what you know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what they don't know? I mean, it's freaking common sense. I mean, this is what you do for a living.
But it's not.
You know, this is what I do for a living, you know?
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. It's kind of like fishing. You go to a lake, you be like, you would think you would know.
Yeah.
If somebody tells you something, you'd be like, "Wow, why didn't I think of that?" You know, like it happens all the time. At least me, I know it does.
Yeah,
that's
right. And a lot of times it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, Tyler tells something like, "I'm like, well, Daryl, you know,
Like,
why are we not thinking that?" You know,
I know all the time stuff clicks in my head.
Doesn't it make you mad when
you
just don't click in your head? You're like, I should know
you know,
that.
I'm a firm believer in it. I've said this for the longest time. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah,
you don't even know you don't know it.
like a crankbait rod. Like, remember? Like,
Yeah.
You know, like you'd be like, well, that makes sense now. Now I will throw a big crankbait because it's not tiresome to throw it.
Oh, I know. You ain't got that 6'4" just bent over.
Yeah. Like if I had a 7'10", it'd make it a lot
It'd
easier.
make it a lot easier.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyways, y'all want to get on the call?
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah. Let's get caught up on some calls. We got
I
like
still-
10 or 15
I
calls.
still remember
we
my
need to
first
call.
boat.
Yeah,
I
let's
brought it
keep
back to the
going.
boat plant, and you set it up for me.
Yeah.
My very first one I bought, because I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't get this thing running right. You like, bring it up here.
Yeah.
All you did was throw some wedges on it. It was You're right. There you go.
Food.
Is that Mississippi?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on? You're on Off the Clock with B-Sky. I got Daryl Moore, Michael Shockley, and Tim Scott with me. Who are you and where are you calling from?
Hey, yeah. I was calling. I had some questions just about the setup.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, what kind of setup?
It's a 1756 Marsh Runner.
756
boat.
Marsh Runner.
Is it Gen 1 or Gen 2? Gen 2?
Sorry, what was that?
Is it Gen 2?
No, it's a Gen 1.
Okay. What you
And
got?
I've got a 92 stroke on the back of it.
All right.
Okay.
I was just wondering, though, how does moving weight around in the hull itself affect it? Like, if I was to have another person sit on the back with me, should I jack my motor up, down?
What kind of jack plate do you have on the boat for one?
I got a Bob's.
A Bob's like kick and jack 6-inch.
Yeah, I'm running 10 inches of setback on it. I got 4-inch spacers and a 6-inch jack plate.
Okay.
4-inch spacers. Okay.
All right.
It should actually ride better with her in it, or with somebody else in there.
Yeah.
You don't think it should have to move up or down at all?
Yeah, you will have to adjust it some.
Yeah.
It's not as much as you would think. I would say maybe an inch.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All right.
What you
I
got
got a
going?
12
Usually it's
gallon.
down. Usually you go down when you add a person.
What you got going on?
How's the rig run with just you in it?
Oh, it runs fine with me, and I can pick it up and make it run smooth as butter.
Heck.
Yeah, you just have to adjust your jack plate up and down. Also, it might be a prop selection too.
Yeah,
What's it
could
doing
be.
with somebody sitting in there with you?
It likes to hop around.
Yeah, that's just your motor height. Might need to come up if it's hopping. No.
Yeah. If it's single, if you're by yourself, you need to raise the motor up, got some weight in there, drop the motor down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure how it affected like having somebody else, because I know I got it dialed in pretty good. Just me, I just wasn't sure what it did when you actually put somebody else in it with you.
Yeah, a lot of times, as far as balance point, it's definitely not hurting your balance point. You just might have to jack it up some.
The problem that I see with this, and being honestly and truthful, I know the boat runs good and everything, but I just got to put my 2 cents in. I still want to get an idea that setback does help, but you could go to a solid jack plate and get more benefits with less setback with that particular boat and get better performance.
Yeah.
Could.
I just got to put my 2 cents in there because I'm not a big fan of Legos. I hate Legos, and I hate Legos on a boat too. So when you start stacking jack plates with spacers, that you don't get the true effect of the weight of the jack plate, and I think that's a really important part of your setup. And I just feel like in our situations, we've always got the best performance with a solid unit.
Yeah.
And the proper balance point of your boat. Even though your boat runs good, it doesn't mean it's the best. It could always be better.
Yeah.
And I got a 12-gallon tank up front. Y'all think I should move a 6-gallon to the back?
Oh my gosh, that's
Yes.
terrible. Yep, for sure.
Oh, that'll help a lot.
That
probably.
you probably won't even have to move your motor with her or whoever beside you if you
So
move it
you
to the
can-
back.
That'll help a ton.
So you might can run your gas tank in the back and go with less setback, with a heavier setback. Then you improve your whole shot, and it would carry a load better in your rear deck.
That's almost 100 pounds of fuel alone. Plus, it's past your balance point, so it's actually more weight than that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about it is too is like, you're running right now 10 inches total
But you
worth
don't.
of setback, and it's a Marsh runner that has a 6-inch built-in setback. So
You're really running 16
you're
inches.
really running 16 total inches of setback.
when the boat's on its primary pad.
And you could probably move that gas tank to the back. Well, put a 6-gallon gas tank in the back, and you might could take those. You might could get away with taking those 4-inch spacers off.
That's what I would
It's
do.
going to lift.
That's what I would do. I would
lift more.
I would move your gas tank to the back, take your spacers off, and your boat's gonna run better.
Can you tell? You can tell a noticeable difference when you're running it when you get low on fuel, can't you?
Yeah, I can tell a big difference when I run like 3 gallons of fun, like 3 gallons in the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because
You
props
move your tank to the back, it'll run like that with a full tank.
with a full tank. That's
Yeah.
right. Because that,
Absolutely.
yeah, because the balance point of your boat is somewhere under your butt, somewhere I'd say, maybe under your knees.
Yeah.
Then if you move your gas tank from the front to the back, you're only going to move it 3-4 inches past your knees, and that's really not that much weight for that boat. So if you run all your weight, if you run that gas tank near your balance point in the boat, it's weightless. But if you run all that weight to the front, you're adding a lot of strain to your prop and your motor.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense, you're really leaving a lot of money on the table there.
Oh yeah. Like once you move that stuff around, dude, you're gonna have a hell of a running
It's
boat.
gonna be running good.
Yeah, she'll really enjoy it. You thought it ran good before. It's going to really
it's
run
gonna
good.
run faster. It's gonna be running cleaner, and it's probably gonna float the nose a little bit more.
And you're not, and more likely you're not gonna have an issue with any kind of hopping or nothing. You know, if
The
you're
passenger.
Yeah, with your passenger in the boat either.
Because at that point you can adjust everything with your jack plate.
Yeah.
I bet these guys right. I bet you won't even have to touch your jack plate once you move that weight around.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a gas tank up front, but
I
that
didn't
makes a lot
either.
of sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man.
Only way I'd ever run a gas tank up front if I was hunting flooded timber and I needed a counterweight up front, and I ran really shallow water, or I was running an MSTC or something.
Well, you know, in that situation, you got a specific hole you're running in
Yeah.
mind, and you know it's a specific setup for that one thing.
Yeah, if I'm running flooded timber, you know, the boat needs to drive shallow. I would disperse the weight across the bottom of the platform, and that would help your boat run shallower.
Yeah, but if you're doing that, you're not trying to float the nose anyway. So
That's right. Well, nowadays everybody tries to float the nose.
not where I hunt. Not the timber I'm running.
I don't want to. I want to see my boat flat when I'm duck hunting.
Yeah, I do
I want
too.
it like this. I want to be able to see. I hate riding like
A
this.
lot of people don't understand the rakes is what turns the boat.
Yeah, that's the steering wheel right there.
Like, you know, how people be driving like, you know, some boats maybe like this, and I'm like, how can you see going through the woods?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. but in your situation, bud, I would try to move your weight around, and I would reduce the amount of setback you got. And if you did want to go back to the further setback, I would go to a solid jack plate instead of the Lego term. Pretty much because you have inches, you go back inches, you need girth too. You know, you need weight. It's not always about length. You know, you need that girth. And the setback is what really, the weight of the setback is the key when it balances the boat.
All right. I think, y'all.
All right, man.
Yes, sir, man. You have a great day.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, man.
Bye.
You start talking about girth, he got off
Well,
the
here's
phone,
the deal.
didn't he?
Well,
Here's the
it's
deal.
just true. You don't have to have length. I think a lot
listen.
of people don't understand the length isn't everything.
It's girth and length.
You know what I'm saying?
It
I
takes
get what you're
both.
saying.
Yeah. In boat terms, you know what I'm saying?
You don't want to have just length
In real life.
or just girth. You need to have
You know,
some
whatever
length
it is.
and girth.
It's just the counterweight, you know. What was those things back in the middle? You know, a long time ago, they used to throw rocks and stuff. It went catapults.
Catapult,
Yeah.
trebuchets.
What was it called?
I think it's trebuchet, isn't it?
I don't know what it's
Isn't that
called.
where they are?
I've never heard the term treble.
Me either.
Somebody
heard of
look up a trebuchet. Don't act like I just made that.
I know a treble.
I don't know. I can't tell you if you made
Look
it up
up
or
a
not 'cause I
damn
never heard of it.
trebuchet. That has to be it. I don't know how you spell it though.
That's some of that Malvern shit.
Triple
Albert
clef.
shit.
Y'all ain't ever like.
Triple O shave.
I graduated high school from Texas.
Oh, he's right.
Wow.
Oh, that's it. See, you see the counterweight back there?
That's crazy. He actually,
You see the counterweight?
yeah.
That's how that works.
Yep.
I'm more impressed you knew what
And,
that
like,
was.
look at the arms.
Amazing.
That's the leverage.
Wow.
That's the leverage
That's
for
what they-
throwing it.
Is there any way we can get a picture of that? Because that's basically how a boat works.
the type
Some
of
of that
catapult.
Trojan shit.
You know, that's
Back in the day.
That's basically how a boat works. There's your motor. There's your body of your boat. See
That's
that?
it. And that long arm is more leverage for throwing the projectile.
I think a lot of people don't understand that. It's that damn simple. Where's the balancing point of that thing? And, you know, these guys figured this out freaking how many years ago? Was this freaking 100, 200 years
A
ago?
long time, that's for sure. But anyways, we're getting a phone call. Boom, I know what trebuchet is. Y'all can suck it.
Sure. I thought you made that up, honestly.
Hey, what's going on, man? You're on Off the Clock with B. Scott. I got Michael Shockley, Daryl Moore, Tim Scott with me. Who are you and where are you calling from?
How's it going? My name's Trey. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Awesome, man.
Minnesota.
You got a Havoc boat?
I used to, but now I got a low side edge.
Low side edge.
Cool. What's going on with your edge?
So I just got this thing. I had a VJST before.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I just got a stock Mercury 40 on it, 2-stroke and a Bob's kick and jack. And I'm having a little bit of problem with like low speed hop. So like when I'm going slow, it doesn't want to do nothing but just go fast.
Well,
That sounds like a good problem.
don't
to
sound
have.
like a horrible.
Okay. So, all right. So, what does that mean? So, are you like a super heavy guy? What do you weigh? You over 200 pounds? And it's 15.
I'm like 240.
Okay, that's what I
230.
thought. I imagine it's pretty heavy. I weigh 220. I'm heavy too. So what happens is, I knew that right off the bat because you got a low side edge. I know you're going to be on 15 foot or so. You're balancing
It's
point.
a 1547.
Right. So,
Oh wow, that's a small boat.
All right, that makes it even worse because I'm on the boat. So I knew exactly where he was going with this, and your problem is your balance point is too far back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I kind of figured.
Yeah, your balance point is too far back because if you weighed 180 pounds, it wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a little too heavy for the size of the boat, so you need to move the counterweight forward, just a little bit to let the boat ride.
And
right.
it might not be that much. Like you might only have to move it, 8 inches or so worth of balance point in your hull to be able to actually be able to run those low speeds without hopping like that.
How much setback you say you had?
Just a 6-inch kick and jack.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Which is a small boat.
At this,
But the thing I was worried about with it, so like on my VJST, the transom angle is I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was like 20 degrees, and then this one it's like right at 11.
Yeah.
So I'm really not getting enough like negative trim out of it. So I was thinking about throwing some wedges on it and see if that would help.
wedges will help it.
Yep.
Wedges will help it.
Okay.
Wedges will help it a ton.
I was about
dude.
to say that's a common thing with edges is you gotta have transom wedges.
Right.
That's not a bad thing. I mean, I got this really big ass bass boat that I run. I got wedges on mine too, so it's not a bad thing. So yeah, you need some wedges, you need some positive trim, but also like I said, you're a heavy guy. You got a small boat, small platform. It's kind of like putting a big guy in a small ski, So you need to adjust your balance point in your boat and get your boat to run more flat.
Does it need
Positive
Do
trim or
you
negative?
think it would?
It needs negative trim. I guess.
yeah,
My bad.
negative.
It needs negative.
I
My
was going
bad.
to say he's going to be trying to go real fast.
No, it needs
Low
negative
speeds.
trim. Yeah. He got me hopping at 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, no, he definitely needs negative.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm planning on putting a mega on it eventually.
Yeah.
But do you think it would be too much weight if I put I got a 6-gallon gas tank. Do you think it'd be too much weight if I put it in the front?
No.
I was going to say that a while ago.
No. That's probably what you need to
That
do.
probably what, yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, if you're putting a mega on it, you're going to save some weight on the motor side,
Yeah.
which means like balance point wise,
It might be right.
that's going to probably balance it out to where it would be right with you having a mega on
But
there.
if I was on a gas on a setup with what you're running, the size of your boat, with the dead rise of your hull, it's 8 degrees. It's a 15-foot boat. It's not a wide boat, so it's not as buoyant. And in the size that you are, I would put the gas tank up front.
I would.
I
I would.
And I would put the gas tank up front, and I would run the wedges to get a little more tuck, and you should be golden, man.
Right. I mean, like
so,
right
yeah.
now it rides good. Like on the top end, the water comes off the back of the boat, and I mean it gets a little bit of lift out of it. It's a low side edge, so I mean it's not going to ride to the moon, but
I mean, you
it
can
rides
ride
good.
to the moon, though.
You can make it right.
You can ride. You can make it right to the moon.
That's what Quentin used to race.
But-
Exact boat.
But
I didn't
eventually,
even really want to. I just wanted to run efficiently and just haul out water.
well, right now it isn't running efficiently, other than the low end. You're not getting your low end
Right.
Cadillac. What you're looking for, and that's a lot of people get confused. What do they really want out of a boat? if you lift the bow way too much with an 8-degree hole, you're gonna be shoving water out of the sides anyway, and you're gonna be super slow.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll look really good on TikTok and stuff, but other than that, if you're not a TikTok
It's not.
guy,
Yeah, a lot of those guys don't talk about their actual speeds.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
for good reason.
Yeah,
because they're
I
unimpressive.
don't care much about that.
yeah,
I don't really
That's
care
that's
about
pretty.
going
That's
fast.
pretty.
You're one of few.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's a new training day. Let's over trim your boat, bury your stern in the water about 8 inches, and beat the crap out of your boat.
Yeah, let's ride a wave that
Yeah, but that's not what the boat's designed for. So there is a happy medium place where you can trim your boat up and run efficiently, and that sounds like that's what you want to do. And I would move your gas tank up front and throw some wedges on there. Get your trim angle that you need, and you'll be ready to rock.
Yeah, you should have a really good running boat for sure.
Yeah. Well, that helps me a lot, I guess. I mean, the only thing I really need is a lot more prop because I'm running the same props I was running on my VJ, which is a little bit. I mean, it's a little bit bigger of a boat. So I was turning a 14 turbo at like rev limiter at like 41, 42 miles an hour, and then this one I've got the rev limiter pulled on this Merc, so I don't have a tack hooked up, but if I had to guess, I'm spinning way over 6.
Yeah, that boat's light.
It's probably not very good for it.
No, I would definitely go.
I would say
with
16.
pitch. Oh, I'd go 16 pitch because it's a light boat. And
Yeah. I'm wanting to put a 16 YBS on it or like a 16 turbo, but I just can't really afford one right now.
If you hop on our gear shop, we do sell YBSs, and they are pretty. They're priced right.
Yeah, you guys got them priced at probably the best price I've seen.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Hop on there and get you one of them, and definitely help you.
I think we just got we just got some more in, so we should be good.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
Sweet.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Need more help? Just give us a call, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right, bud. Later.
Bye.
Yeah, so it's crazy, man. You get all these boats, different brands, they're all the same. And I guess what the difference is how the boats are built and what they're built for.
Well, as an example, he's talking about low speeds and hopping or whatnot. And you look like the RDBSTs, right? With the performance box, the way it is, it's designed to have more surface area on the bottom of the boat at low speeds, and then cleaning up to running more efficiently with less surface area
on top end.
On the top end.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just a prime example of the generations of how boats developed.
Yeah, I mean,
new design.
It's been a long time since we built the edges, man. We built edges way back then, and the edges were developed to run the timber. The main focus of the edge was to have a really tight beam, get in between the trees, and have an 8-degree hull. It gets out of the hole quick. You run 6 to 8 inches on that bad boy, and most of the time back in the day it was CMC.
Yeah.
That was crap back in the day. We just ran like 36 miles an hour, the DT25. We thought we were big dogs back then, And now look at us, you know what I'm saying?
We was big dogs with the DT back then.
We ran 36, 37 miles an hour. Ain't nobody could outrun us back then. And
until you hit something and break that little clip on the bottom of that PT35.
Yeah, then it flips over in the boat with you, But it's really cool to see how the edges, where the performance tugboat went from that to where we're at today. I think we got something going on with the earphones.
Yeah, mine's going. My left one's going out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like
Houston, we have a problem.
Mine's all good.
Help.
I thought somebody said those DTs were running 51.
I don't know.
51 miles an hour.
You see that video that was on social media?
No, I didn't see that.
Who made that? Who
Dr. Duck, that video he did.
Dr. Duck, who's that?
Did he have it on vidometer?
No, you remember he made that big video and they're running like by mid. There's guys out here running 51, 52 with these 25 Suzukis.
Yes, 25
Yeah,
megas.
I was like, no, he said Suzuki's. I'm like, there's no way you really think somebody's running 51. Y'all ain't seen that video? It was like viral. It was like a big ordeal because everybody would make.
Of course, it's viral. It's not true.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
he was being serious.
Yeah,
he might have just been thinking about something else. Hopefully.
Yeah.
No, he was serious. That's him.
But yeah, a lot of people don't know too is about I'm gonna bring up our gear shop real quick, dude. We got props in there, and a lot of people have a hard time finding YBS, especially for good pricing.
Yeah.
I mean, you are not going to beat our YBS pricing.
No, we keep the YBS prices down pretty good. We buy a lot of them, and it's such a good prop out of the box. You can't hardly beat the YBS out of the box.
For a long time, even when we were racing, it took us a long time to be able to get props work.
I don't think
better.
if it wasn't for Quentin, we wouldn't run anything but a YBS. I mean, he kept telling us around here props the way to go. You know, we just kept
We ran YBS. We couldn't.
YBS. You know,
We was winning races, man.
man, we're getting like tons of phone calls here, but I don't think we should take any more phone calls. I think we should catch up with the guys that's called in.
Yeah, let's definitely.
But
Start
YBS
calling
is the
back.
best out of the box prop.
Absolutely, the YBS.
we
is the
called
best box.
him.
I mean, absolutely. I mean,
We keep going back to the races. How much money do we spend at the prop shops on some work round ears?
thousands of dollars for props. And I'm telling you, you get your boat set up right, and I go back to this every time. You set your boat up right, and you know, it's not a big difference between 10 props.
No, it ain't.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? You're on Off the Clock with B Scott. I got Daryl Moore, Michael Shockley, and Tim Scott with me. Who are you and where are you calling from?
Name's Michael Taylor. I'm from Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Awesome,
Hey,
man.
you're up there by.
Wayneswood and Water.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yep.
You got a
That's where
Havoc?
I'm from. Yeah, I gotta have it. So I got a question about the. Let me get the shop truck. I got a question about the. I got a DBST with a 70 Yamaha on the back.
70 Yamaha.
Yep,
Two stroke or four stroke?
What size DBST?
1553.
1553.
Okay.
I thought it'd be a little bigger.
Is it a
He
four
did say
stroke
South
70?
Carolina.
Here we go.
Some GT25s too.
Okay.
Right out there when I come out west. But so I've tried 6 inches of setback and I've tried 12 inches of setback.
What's the boat doing? The boat doing a lot of hopping or what?
Yes. So
Hopping with
It
6
just-
and 12 or what?
yes, it hot with 6 and it hot with 12.
The same amount.
Yes.
Well, there's a big gap between 6 and 12. You know,
There is.
my
there
wife
is.
would say there's a huge gap.
That was so. What I did was just trying to play with it. I had 2 breakaways.
Well, let me ask
one
you.
down.
Hey, let me ask you. How did you get your 12 inch?
He put
So I mounted 1 breakaway, and I fabbed up some plates to be able to lock it down
Okay, that's the problem.
on the sides, and then I added another one.
Okay, that's the
Another
problem.
break.
All right, that's the problem. And the reason why I say it's a problem, and I go back to this deal that I think is what we call the Legos. The more that I see these boats out there, they try to. I think they misunderstand setback. Don't you think so, B. Scott?
I do.
I think a lot of people think setback is they don't understand why setback works. And you know, if you go into the bass boat industry, people say setback works because it gets clean water to the prop. That's always been a theory, you know. And that's a certain deal. But I think the big confusion of setback is not necessarily the setback in inches, but the weight of the setback. Does that make sense? So. Majority of the problems we see, you know, and we build 40 to 50 Havocs. We ship 40 to 50 Havocs a week, and we get new customers every week. And all we got to do is take data and put it together and try to figure out, like, what is everybody doing. And the big thing on the internet is setback, but they don't care how they get the setback. They just want setback. And
Correct.
that's not necessarily the right way of doing it. If you get on Bob's website, get on these performance websites that builds jack plates and everything, they have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14 inch setbacks. There's a reason why they build a 14 inch setback and a 12 inch setback. You know, and if you look at Bob's is a very, very important website, because if you get on Bob's website, and I love they do this, but if you look at the action jack plate they build, which everybody buys, it's a 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14 inch setback. The 4 inch weighs 46 pounds, the 6 inch weighs 49, 53, 58, 64, and 79 pounds. But if you go to their Gen 3, they're all twice as the weight. Okay, so they're twice the weight because they're ready for bigger horsepower motors. But what makes a boat run? It's the length and the weight in the back of the boat.
Yes.
If that makes sense. So I think a lot of people is just not putting the right jack plate on their boat to balance their boat. And what you have, So you call up, say you got 6-inch, and you did this, you did this, but there's a huge gap in between. But how you got to the 12-inch isn't the right way, because you really don't know what balanced your boat, and you need to figure out where your balancing point is your boat, get that balanced, because your boat's going to ride on the tip of the balance point. So if you have an 8-degree hull and your boat is running, the balancing point is the tip of the deepest spot of your hull, which is 8 degrees. It's going to run on a triangle of water, okay? So the triangle of the water is going to be the tip of the balancing point. If the tip of that balancing point is in front of your feet or 6 inches in front of your feet, then your motor will never pick up that distance between that and your transom, because it'd be in the midair. There's nothing to hold your boat up. Mm-hmm. And the only way to change the point of the balancing point is to have the proper weight behind the transom. And you can't achieve that by adding. Adding weight or setback, because you're only using counterweight of the motor at that point. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So it's only 9 inches per inch you go back on counterweight. So if you go back 9 inches, 10 inches, there's only 90 pounds of counterweight. Well, the front of your boat weighs way more than 90 pounds. So you're going to have to add weight to the transom plus your motor.
Yeah.
If that makes sense to you. So you got to get your boat rocking just right in the water. Then you got to put the prop to it. You got to put the power to it. And the 70 is going to run a big prop anyway. So you're going to have plenty of blade surface to run your boat. You just got to get the counterweight just right. And that's your problem. So going from 6 to 12 doesn't tell us anything. It doesn't tell you anything, because you're still getting poor performance. It's just the weight. It's just your boat still ain't balanced because there's too much of a gap. So basically what I'm trying to say, by you adding 4 inches of setback to your 6 inches of just spacers or homemade lightweight material, didn't do nothing for you, because you didn't get your 10 inches the right way.
And
12.
And
Or
also
12
when you
inches.
did it that way, whenever you built something or customized the adapter to make it work, there's really no telling where your transom angle is.
That's right.
Right. So it's two CMC breakaways mounted together.
Well, that's even worse too, because those things move too much.
Yeah, that's a lot of movement.
And another thing too, when you have that much setback, when you get off the throttle, that water pushes your prop, and your prop is never set in stone. It's never set in steel. You know what I'm saying? And if that prop isn't set still and holding that water pressure on your prop, it doesn't hold your boat up. Mm-hmm. So for an example, we had a customer in South Carolina one time, had a Gen 2. He had a 115 Mercury on. The boat ran like crap. Mm-hmm. Porpoise. Ran like crap. Me and B. Scott gets in a truck. We haul ass all the way to South Carolina. We're like, dude, this is terrible. What is wrong with this boat, right? So we get in this boat, and we get B. Scott in the boat. How he races and all that stuff. I mean, he knows. You know, first thing you want to say is, like, you don't know how to drive a boat, right? So we get B. Scott in the boat, and we're like, okay, well, he knows how to drive a boat. He about wrecked it twice. What's going on? And so I tell the dealer, I said, man, I'm sorry. I told the customers, I don't know what's wrong with the boat. I said, we're gonna get the boat. We're gonna come back to the boat plant. We're gonna check her out, right? So we get the boat back to the boat plant. We balance it out and everything. I said, man, it's about 9 inches in front of the box. It should be there. I said, what's causing this thing? And we run it, and still.
We tried so many.
We tried everything.
Yeah.
We tried everything. I said, what in the world is causing this crap? This is crazy. Well, the lower unit is so big and the prop is so big, we found out that whenever we was running across the water and that motor was moving, solid motor mounts versus unsolid motor mounts, right? How that motor moves so much. Well, on the tiller handle, it's way worse. So what we found out is that when we pinned the jack plate, she held the nose up and ran good.
Yeah. That's the only difference it was. Yep.
And what happened was, when that boat was going over chop and water and everything, and that prop was dropping, when that prop was, was running it.
Barely moving.
You'd get off the throttle, get back on throttle, get off the throttle, get on the throttle. That solid backbone wasn't there. And that jack plate was moving an eighth, a quarter of an inch. It was dropping the nose of the boat, and we could never keep the boat on the pad. So
prop was losing its grip.
It was losing its grip. Mm-hmm. So what we did, we took the breakaway off, which I'm not a fan of a breakaway. Unless you're hunting flooded timber, get the hell away from the breakaway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Get away from it. If you're not hunting flooded timber, don't run a breakaway unless you absolutely have to have it, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's all that I run in and on. So,
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, I mean, if you want to go out and float the nose and play with the bow and set it up in performance, like a lot of people do in the summertime, the best thing to do is figure out a way to pin your jack plate, okay? Because that's going to give you the best performance out of your prop is a pin your jack plate. But long story short, I know I'm long-winded here, but the fix this customer's boat, all we had to do is pin it, and it stopped it, and it was that easy.
Totally different boat when you pinned it.
Yeah, and we tell people that all the time. They're like, "That's bullshit. It's not going to work." I was like, "Yeah, man,
It's because the lower unit, you know,
it
it's
works.
just so big, catches so much water and
Yeah.
pressure that, I mean,
yeah."
anytime that, you know, you're hitting chop or waves or anything, it just changes it to the slightest amount. Just
Well, you should.
will cause it to slam down and hop and do all kinds of crap.
Well, you get back to solid motor mounts and unsolid motor mounts. Why do they put solid motor mounts on motors?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Why do they do that?
Yeah, I mean, why is that?
Why is that a deal?
I know why we did it racing.
Why? Why?
For when you hit it, there's no give. It just goes.
Yeah.
But why though? But why is it give? I mean, you don't want to give, right? You want the prop to stay connected.
You got to keep
Vibration.
You gotta keep it.
You want the prop to stay
Solid.
connected to the water, so that's what the solid motor mounts are for, and that's kind of what these breakaway jack plates are doing to all these people.
And he has technically two breakaways.
Yeah,
breakaways.
I would almost say that's definitely a lot of the problem.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. That's what I would do, man.
the main reason that I did it was so we had a 19 RDB and then we've had two 22s DBSTs.
Yeah.
And I was trying to try it out for mainly because of the cutback. And I understand it's different. The whole design's different. The cutout's different. Everything else.
Right.
So I was trying to, I guess, homemade just to try it to see.
Yeah.
And I just haven't switched it back yet to try.
Yeah, I would definitely switch it back. The RDB is going to give you it's going to give you a higher dead rise, so you're going to be able to tilt the bow and pick up top end speed more than you will an 8-degree hull. The only way an 8-degree hull will actually float the nose and have fun with the floating the nose kind of deal is you're going to have to bury the stern in the water just a little bit. And you see it all over TikTok right now. You see everybody riding these big waves of water, and their stern of their boat is 6 inches below the water.
Yeah.
And they can
That's not fast.
No, that's not fast.
It's not fast.
It's not fast, and they can hold a 9-degree turn on the plug. They say, but they didn't. They don't tell everybody their plug is 6 inches under the water. So they're not really on the plug. They're burying their plug. It should be like turning your boat, burying the plug.
Right. So like my biggest thing is so I've never tried to set my boat up for just me.
Yeah.
I know what it run just me with 12 inches of setback. On the big end, it does run better because at that point it takes a bigger ear prop, a bigger pitch prop, all that stuff, and eventually I can get there. But that's not what I'm after. I'm after 2 people hunt load, fast as I can get it, how I need it, out the hole, big end at the same time. Which you can't have that, but you can have somewhat of a medium, and that's mainly what I'm looking for. But I just don't quite know how to get there.
Go with
I haven't flavored it.
Go with an 8-inch, Gen 3 8-inch bobs or just a standard 8-inch jack
Just a
plate.
heavy
One piece.
Yes,
heavy
one piece solid unit.
Yeah, but he's hunting low, so he'll have to have a breakaway.
Well, if that's the
Kicking jack.
case, I mean,
That's fine as long
a
as
Circle S builds a good breakaway 8-inch manual jack plate.
Yeah, they do.
It's pretty heavy, and it's around 40-something pounds. And then move your batteries. You need to balance your boat. Figure out where your balance point is on your boat, right? Figure that out, and move your batteries as far as back you can, and that's where you're going to be. But you want to stay away from adding setback on top of setback on top of setback. Even if you try, like a lot of people think setback is the key, but it's actually the weight on the transom is the key. And
Right.
people experiment with multiple setbacks, but in your case you have multiple moving parts of setbacks, which makes it even worse, and it discourages you because you don't know which way to go. I can only imagine the frustration. So get with Circle S. They got a good heavy duty 8-inch breakaway jack plate you can run. That's a good option for you. You can go with a Vance or a Bob's, and Bob's makes these adapters that are solid aluminum. That is way better than C-channel or anything else you can buy. You want something solid, and you can add that to your motor side, not on your transom side. You don't want to ever add extensions on the transom between your setback because when the motor goes down, basically, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. When you hole shot it, that water's coming off of the bottom of your boat and it's hitting the edge of your jack plate. So you want the shorter amount of setback further out towards your motor.
Yep.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So so you can do that as well.
That's kind of what I figured would happen so much back there. For one, the moving parts, and for two, the water spring, obviously on the cavitation plate. Because I mean, once you set back so far, obviously, the rule of thumb is for every inch back, every inch back, you go up a quarter of an inch.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Right. So I kind of paid attention to it and seeing that the water was actually hitting the cavitation plate. So obviously, it's picking the back of the boat up naturally.
Yeah.
Just from the spray.
Yep.
But
it picks up naturally. Then what your biggest problem is getting the counterweight to lift your bow up just a little bit.
Correct. So you think eight inches is about where I need to be?
I'm a fan with 8 inches on everything. I wish I had everything 8 inches personally, but 8 inches.
8 inches, yeah.
8 inches is better on there. Just about anything you can run, unless you're running Arkansas flooded timber, and you need to keep the boat flat. And that's a little different. That's a little different situation. But 8 inches is good on pretty much everything, based off of 4-stroke motor weights and what they're building nowadays. Yeah. If you go 2-stroke, you get a little more power. You can overcome the weight of the motor. But 8 inches is a good rule of thumb. I'm a big fan of the Gen 3s. I'm a big fan of Bob's, the weight of their jack plates.
A good, solid, heavy jack plate, man.
Mm-hmm. And if you want something manual, Circle S builds a good, badass, one of the best jack plates you can buy for a manual jack plate. It's a rapid jack. I don't know if you're familiar with rapid jacks, but they're super awesome jack plates. If you don't want to go the hydraulic route, that's who I would go with.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, I've seen 10 inches. I haven't seen 12, and I don't see a lot of 8s. That's mainly why I was asking.
Yeah. I like 8s.
Well, there's a lot of people that'll do just like you did. They'll put stuff together. They might have a 6-inch. They might put 4-inch spacer plates on. And in some situations, you can get away with that. But, like Dad's saying, the weight and the inches of setback together is what makes it work. You got to have, like you said earlier, you have to have girth and length.
Yeah, you can't just have length, man.
Right. I mean, it'd be different if I was racing it, but like I said, I set up my stuff for any of my buddies that's asked for help. It's always been to try to set up for a hunt load.
Yeah.
Not to race. We don't really have a lot of those races down here. Besides, I think there was one the other week. Yeah. But for the most part, we don't. It's mainly on the river.
Once we get off here, if you have some time, get on Bob's website. I want you to look at something. I want you to look at their their jack plates, their hydraulic jack plates. Then also look at their Gen 3 jack plates, okay? And compare the weights of those jack plates. And yes, the Gen 3, look at the Gen 3 jack plates, and also look at their standard hydraulic jack plates. And I want you to compare the Gen 3s with the Action jack plates, the weight difference between a 10-inch and a 10-inch, and a 8-inch and 8-inch, and a 4 and a 4, or 6 and 6. And that will tell you a lot about that. A lot of people think that the weight of the Gen 3 is because it's a 4 bigger horsepower motor, but in our case, it's counterweight, okay? So you could almost get away with a smaller setback with the Gen 3 as you could with a longer setback with the standard Action jack, whatever you want to call it, Bob's. And so that Gen 3 would give you a better hole shot with a smaller jack plate, and it also give you the same effect.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely check into that. And a lot of people's not understanding that, and they're not seeing it because advanced kick and jack weighs 49.5, and Bob's 6-inch kick and jack weighs 49, so they're a half a pound within each other. But that's not your ticket. You're wanting to be up there in the 70, 80 pounds on your transom, and that's going to get you where you need to be. So, and do all that. Check it out. Get your boat balanced. If you need more,
Yeah, if you have any questions, man, just holler back at us. Text us, call us, whatever.
I should appreciate it.
I hope he helped you out, man.
Yes, sir, man.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, in that situation, in my mind, for a hunt load, which I don't know, could be hunting a little bit different, but with a 553 DBST with a 70 on it,
It's gonna.
With a 12 inches of
to
setback
me
is an
that
awful
seems
lot.
crazy. Because that 4-stroke's heavy. That's a heavy motor.
That's why I'm
Short
saying
boat.
he needs to get on there and look, because that's what a lot of people don't understand. You need to get on there. A lot of people, I'm telling you, what I'm seeing on the internet, what I'm thinking on the internet is people think setback is the key, but they don't understand why it's the key.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
they
he's
don't
setting
understand
up
that. You raced for years with 2 inches setback.
2 inches, yeah.
No
But,
girth.
No. All right, so 2 inches,
You
no
like the
girth.
You like the girth thing,
We
didn't
talking
you?
about a skinny. We talking about a skinny 2 inches here.
We ain't,
Okay?
we ain't talking about your shit, dude.
And
All around over here,
we
baby.
got away with it with just power. We got a lot of power to the motor, And even though the motor wasn't very heavy, we still had a lot of power.
Yeah.
So with this situation, that 70 Yamaha on a 1553,
I don't really agree that's the best setup. I don't really
think
agree it's
so.
the best
I don't think so
boat.
either.
But it is doable. But
That's a lot of butt on that motor.
It's a lot of weight
you
hanging off the
really
back.
don't know
70?
though. You really
think-
don't.
I mean, I
gotta
guess
say,
you
listen,
don't.
The 70 is a lighter motor than most of them, but you really don't know because you really got to figure out where the balance point of the boat is. We can sit here and guess all day long, and what our advice is based off of our experiences, right?
Yeah.
But we really don't know. I mean, we would never put a 70 on the 553, so we don't have the data to back it up. So I don't know where the balance point of that boat is. I would say it's, since the motor's lighter than most, it's about normal, The prop selection for that motor is going to be least. It's not going to be as much as a 59 cubic inch motor or the Tohatsus. So.
Yeah, if you remember right, your banker had a 553 or 556, one of the two with a 70 Yamaha.
Yeah, I absolutely hated that boat.
Yeah,
I hated that
it was
boat.
the same scenario.
And what we end up doing, we would end up giving
boat.
getting her an 1860 with that 70 Yamaha, and absolutely loves the boat.
Yeah. It's almost like with that lower unit, it's like power to weight.
Got big gears. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, power to weight. It's just an unhappy package. You
think-
can make it happy.
I think it goes back to what you were saying earlier, that a lot of people don't realize that a big boat is not a slow boat.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
sometimes a big boat is the boat to go with.
Well, and
You're exactly right.
The more we dig into this, more we see that people think small is fast.
Yeah.
It's not the case.
No.
It's not the case.
Especially a bigger
People think
person.
light is fast too, and that's not the case
It's
as
not
well.
the case either. Mm-mm.
It all depends on balance
Mhm.
and setup.
If a heavy boat, if a heavy boat's set up right with the right prop and it's balanced right, it's going to be just as fast as a light boat. Now, a light boat might get there faster,
Quicker.
but at the top end's going to be. It's there.
And I will say in certain situations, you take like a 550. Say we had a 550.
Now I'm talking about a production heavy boat, okay?
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah.
about
Let's
the
break-
real life shit.
We ain't talking about
Now,
the
I ain't
race
talking
boat.
about no damn 200-pound 660 drag boat. I'm talking about a normal,
Right.
You're
normal
right.
day boat.
Yes.
Okay. Before all our people get on there and say that's bullshit. I ain't talking about that damn 150-pound.
Yeah.
A heavier boat would have
Drag boat.
been nice last Saturday at the races.
I mean,
And
yeah,
that stuff that was going on there.
yeah. You run a 600-pound, 700-pound race boat, you would beat everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about last Saturday, but yes, on good water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good water. Yeah. I mean, it run.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want that. You want that throw of that boat cut in the water, pushing through it. It's bouncing all over the place,
You got to have the girth and you got to have the throat.
You got to
Yeah.
have the girth and the throat.
You need to
Good
throat,
Lord.
girth, and length. Make a happy boat.
Now we got girth, length, and throat.
You got to have all
And
three.
happy boat.
Yeah.
In a happy boat. Yeah. If it's telemarketers, that's the same.
What was that, dude?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? You're on Off the Clock with B Scott. I got Daryl Moore, Michael Shockley, and Tim Scott with me. Who are you and where are you calling from?
I'm Paul. I'm calling from Benton.
Awesome, dude.
yeah.
What's going on, man?
Benton.
Not a whole lot, man. I pretty much got set up figured out. But what I see a lot of is people with their trailers set up wrong.
All right, let's talk about the trailer.
That's a good subject.
That is
Yeah,
a good
damn
subject.
good subject.
I see bunks, up under the boat.
You talking
I
about
see
like
people got their-
you talking about the edge of the bunk too far inside the boat?
Yeah,
Yep, I agree with that.
Or the front of the boat not touching the bunks.
Yes.
yeah.
Bouncing down the road.
Yeah.
Or you see bow eyes on top of the rollers.
Well, this is a really good subject to talk about.
I feel like that was a shot at me.
Let's talk about, the wishbone of the trailer, Brandon, and how
Yeah.
it flexes and stuff like that,
Yeah, no, man, trailers are super important. And a lot of times you see people, they'll have their boat set up on the trailer and like the runners won't be flat on a space in between the keels. It might be kicked up on a keel or they might be on the very outside of the boat.
Or your winch has
And-
got the front end picked up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
And pulling down on the bow eye and ripping the bow eye out.
yep. So the trailer is supposed to fit the boat like a glove, as in the boat's not being cranked down in the front. It's not being picked up off the bunks in the front. The bow stand needs to be the proper height, so that whenever the boat is up on the trailer, the whole running surface of the boat, the flat part of the boat, is touching the flat part of the board, all the way up and down it.
So what's your problem with your trailer?
No boats hanging off the back.
You just want us to talk about the subject, or you got an issue, or what? What's going on?
No, I don't have an issue. I have before. But, I had to learn the hard way, and I just hate seeing people having to learn the hard way. I figured
understand.
Yeah.
we might
You know,
put that information out there.
a lot of people don't realize that the trailer is the backbone of the boat is the backbone of the trailer. And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Trailers are actually weak until the boat's on them.
That's
Strapped
right.
down right.
yeah. And
very
there's
true.
a lot of situations where I've seen where it cracked transoms and cracked rakes because they got the boat strapped down with turnbuckles, those trap buckles, what do you call them? And the trailer's flexing all over the place.
Yeah.
And when the trailer flexes, it just puts that boat in the bind and it cracks the boat
does.
out.
I feel like
Go ahead.
I feel like it's a lot easier to tear one up on the trailer than it is the woods.
I agree with
It
you
is.
on that.
And
I've
a
seen
lot.
dented boats off of a trailer before.
I mean, not only that, but like we have a bunk video on Havoc YouTube that we kind of showed the proper setup of a trailer. But a lot of times, you'll see a guy that might have a really flimsy trailer and like, during duck season, you're hauling ass down these dirt roads and your boat's bouncing everywhere, trailer's bouncing everywhere, wheels coming off the ground, and like you said, that's where I feel like most boats get damaged.
Oh, yeah. Jumping medians.
I mean, without a doubt.
Who does that?
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, a lot of the damage. What I tell people when they have an issue with a boat, no matter what brand it is, because they all bust up here and there, but that boat's not going to bust up sitting in the yard. So
That's right.
it either bust up on the road or bust up on the water,
Yeah.
and you got to figure out where the trouble's coming from, and majority of it is the trailer.
Yep.
The trailer. These trailer companies build these boats, these boat trailers with the axle in the wrong spot. There's too much tongue weight, too less tongue weight. I mean, you see it all the time. You see it all the time, and it's a battle. Some trailers got little rollers on the back, some doesn't.
Yeah.
You see boats without transom savers, some have it.
Some trailers don't even have a spot for the transom savers.
No, it's
I mean,
ridiculous.
it's crazy.
And what's crazy about, especially Arkansas duck hunter,
Idiots.
or South Carolina duck hunters are really bad too, is they buy a really 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 nice boat, but they buy the cheapest trailer out there.
Especially South Carolina.
So, yeah, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah. And B Scott had a Mod 40 to his race boat, and it cracked out a couple times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, why is it cracking out? There's no way it should be cracking out, right? And so we went back and said, okay, let's build a really heavy duty torsion axle trailer. And the trailer was super heavy, had torsion axles under it, and it was
Pulled like a dream.
It was balanced right, and it pulled really good. It was a super heavy trailer, and the boat never cracked out again.
Yeah, that was the last time it cracked.
Last time it cracked, and it was because the trailer wasn't flexing.
Yep. I tell you what, a good way to check your trailer is like whenever your boat's in the water and you go back, you go grab your truck and trailer pulled, jump on your wishbone of your boat on one side. You will see how much your trailer will actually flex.
Yeah, unhook the bow line.
With no boat on your trailer.
Unhook the bow line and jump on your wishbone.
Oh,
then
dude,
hook your bow line up, then jump on your wishbone, and tell me that boat don't put strength in your trailer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does. 100%.
It is insane the amount of flex these trailers have.
I'm always talking to people about how important it is for your boat to fit your trailer right.
Yeah. 9 out of 10 times when a warranty repair comes to the boat plant, the first thing we look at is the trailer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the trailer tells a story.
It does.
100%,
You get out there,
100%.
You get out there out east, they got some.
I mean,
I don't know where they find some.
You just got back from out east getting a warranty boat,
and it had
and the boat got back here, and the trailer was homemade.
It looked homemade. I don't know if it was.
No, it was homemade. It was definitely homemade.
And the trailer itself was cracked.
Yeah, then
the trailer was cracked. We got in trouble because the boat was cracked, but this whole trailer was cracked.
Yeah, I pull up like, dang, I got to pull this thing back 10 hours.
He yelled at me because his boat was cracked, but then I got to yell at him because his trailer was cracked. I'm like, back at you, Bubba.
Yeah, I mean, it goes hand in hand, man. Yeah, like, you got to think, you have an aluminum boat that's tied down in at least 3 spots on the trailer. If you're going down the highway and that trailer, if it didn't have a boat on it, would flex, it's trying to do that still. The boat itself being tied to that trailer in the 3 spots that it is the structure and the backbone behind the trailer that keeps it square.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to think that trailer's trying to do this on all them bumps and stuff. You're going down them dirt roads, and your trailer would if your boat wasn't tied to it. Well, if your boat's tied to it, where's the wear on the boat at? Well, I tell you where it's at. It's on the rakes.
Yep.
It's on the 4 corners of the boat.
Transom.
Okay?
It's on the transom. It's on the motor. It's on the transom. The transom itself. And I don't give a shit. What'd you say? Those leaf springs don't take all the exhaust.
No, they don't, man. I tell you one thing: going to the races, getting pulled out of the water in my race boat, and drive through the campsite, all weekend long. I remember on a regular trailer with springs on it, my ass would be so sore, my back would hurt at the end of the weekend. But when we got the torsion axle trailer, man, it was a dream, man. It rode back there. I could sit back there in the boat and ride all the way back to the tent.
You done got us fired up on these damn trailers, man.
Well, I feel like I see so many on like Marketplace that are for sale, and the bunks are like up under the boat. And one guy was like, "I don't know how to get this RDB to lift." And I mean, I feel like he had a ported Mercury and kicking jack. I feel like that was plenty.
Yeah, it just depends, though. You never know. I mean, you never know.
Trailer probably done put a hook under it.
That's another thing too.
What I'm saying.
That's another thing too.
Never know.
If the back of your boat, like where the transom meets the bottom, right? Say it's like this, where your transom meets the bottom. If it's hanging off the end of the bunks, you got to think it has to be beaten right there on the bottom of the boat where the transom's right here. The only way it can move is in over time.
Yeah.
So you see people beating hooks into their boats on the trailer all the time. And, I guess they might not know that, or maybe their trailer's too short, not the right size.
I think the
people's
concept is just buy a boat and buy the cheapest trailer. Who cares? As long as it's moving the
And
boat down the
setup.
road.
Don't leave setup out. They'll buy the cheapest setup too. And then
Jack,
why don't it run?
a cheap jack plate, cheap trailer, it's all the same thing. You're going to get the results that you pay for.
See, I could be the opposite, man. Like, if I'm going to mop the floor, I'm buying the best damn mop I can find.
Actually appreciates that.
I don't want no shitty mop. You know what I'm saying? Less strokes is better, man.
It is.
Yeah.
But we see it all the time. And I'm glad you got we got able to call you back and talk about trailers because
Absolutely,
that's
you're
something
100% right.
Some people don't think about the trailers. I know we do because we have like $4,000 trailers to haul our race boats around because we don't want to weld them up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, you don't haul hay on a shitty trailer.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most log trucks you see run down the road, their trailers are like shit.
Yeah, and the logs are the structure behind them too.
Yeah, without the logs, them things are all over the
Yeah.
place. So it makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of people don't understand that how a trailer actually works.
And for people watching this, we have a walkthrough video on trailers on the Havoc Boats YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's on one of the Havoc Boats how-tos. It's a great video. It kind of shows you. It's not real super crazy in depth, but it shows you the basics of what you need to have with your trailer.
I think the most important thing is get your boat on the trailer, make sure it's flat on the bunks, and adjust your bow stand to your bow eye where it keeps a little bit of pressure on it.
Not only that, but when you're loading the boat, how many people roll up and just smash their bow stand with the front of their boat? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see it all the time.
How many boat ramps you see where it almost throws them out of their seat when they hit it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, if your boat is properly, if your trailer is set up properly, you won't run into that kind of problem.
Yep, it's all in setup, guys. Trailer and boats and everything.
That's it, man. Make your whole life easier if you just set it up.
So you're from Benton, Arkansas?
Yes, sir.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Well, we ain't too far from you.
No, not at all. This past weekend I drove past y'all's factory.
Cool.
Yeah. What you doing down here?
I went to the Sandbar.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
I had to leave early. I had to have a dog put down, but
Sorry about
Sorry
that.
to hear that, man.
Yeah, sad.
That's a work. Now I tell you what, that's one thing that sucks worse than sucky trailers and setup.
Dogs don't live. Dogs don't live long enough.
I'm telling you.
No, they don't.
They don't live long enough, man. Well, I appreciate you calling, man. You brought something up we ain't thought about today, and that kind of stuff right there will help a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a good subject.
And I think that's gonna wrap it up for us today. Actually, you're after our last call.
Yeah, we thought we'd call you back.
Try to get you on the phone and see what you have, man. Well, I appreciate it.
Me too. Y'all have a good one.
You
All
too,
right,
man.
sir. Have a good day. Later.
All right.
Damn, I got
That's something we ain't thought about.
It ain't. I mean, it's something.
But it's important.
No one ever.
A lot of people don't ask questions about that. They just assume it's okay. It's not, I guess, an important part, to the boat. Something that probably gets slept on.
But it is.
But it is.
It's a very important part.
It's
It's
one
a
of the
very important part.
It's one of the most important.
I mean,
parts.
If they don't think it is, get in the back of the boat and let your old lady drive you down the road, and you'll see how
Yeah, if you don't
rough it can be.
If you don't think it's important, try to build a house on a shitty slab. A shitty foundation. I mean, you're not gonna build a
No, you ain't.
$200,000, $300,000 house on a shitty ass foundation, huh?
Right.
So it makes a big difference.
It does, man. Well, guys, I think we're about out of time. That wraps it up. Guys, if we weren't able to call you back or we couldn't get you on the phone, man, sorry about that. We have a lot of people calling in at the same times. We try to do our best to get everybody taken care of. But when you see this video, drop a comment. We'll try to hit you up and get your phone number so we can call you on the next one. This is something we're going to try to do a lot of. Do it more. I would say we're going to try to do it a lot more. Don't you think, guys?
I think there's a lot of people out there that need help.
I think so.
And we're here to help, but we always have been. So, yeah, I think we should do this stuff more often. I don't think you see a lot of podcasts like this.
No, we're going to try to make it a regular thing. So, guys, we couldn't get you on this one. We're going to try our best to get you on the next one.
And to really be honest with you, it educates us, too.
It does.
I think we should start taking more notes and keeping up with who's who and do a podcast of calling people back, checking on
follow-ups. That's a good idea, Shockley.
We're always learning, too. We can always learn something.
Yeah.
Just because we build the boats don't mean we're too good to learn something. So
Yeah.
we have customers that teach us stuff all the time, prop selection, setups, and everything else. I mean, they might be doing something we're not doing or we didn't try, and so so podcasts like this really helps everybody.
And we're not afraid of criticism either. I mean, if you guys have something to say and you think
one
that
two people can call and tell them why they think their boat's the best, whatever boat it is.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Tell us if you guys like to see people calling in saying their make and model, what they got, and why they think it's the best.
I like to hear that.
Me
That'll
too.
be
I mean,
cool
I
to
feel
hear.
like a lot of people want to know that. It'd be a good podcast because, like,
Yeah.
you
It
know,
educate.
Just, be like, why'd you pick it? Why do you think it's best? And then we told,
Yeah,
whatever.
I would love to hear that.
Maybe that's what we'll cover on the next one.
I think that'd be a
idea.
good one. Let people like call us and tell us why.
It don't matter what brand boat you drive, whatever. Call
Call
in.
and tell us why.
Tell us why you like
Let's
it.
talk about it. And if you drive something that we don't build, we'll help you fix your boat.
Yeah, I
It's
talk
no
to
big deal.
customers every week that's,
Yeah.
hey, I listen to your podcast. I have a blanket boat.
I think
It's
it'd be a
not
good one.
Hey,
Just
it don't matter.
Like I said earlier, I was talking to a guy in New Zealand. He had a custom boat built. It wasn't even our boat. It wasn't nothing. I don't know what it was. It was just a custom boat. And it won't run right. So we was able to help him, unless you want to get past 60, 70 miles an hour, that's where Havoc really shines on certain models. And that's kind of what we specialize in. The MSTC is the hard, it's a durable boat. It's a badass boat. Get the RDBs and the marsh runners. We definitely specialize in certain things in the industry. But overall, though, boats really work the same.
Yeah, it's the same physics that go into it. And it doesn't matter if it's bass boats we're talking about or if it's tilt handle boats. I mean, you're always going to have water, you're going to have power, and you're going to have balance.
Yep.
You got to find a happy medium between all of them. Okay,
And it doesn't matter what brand it is.
it doesn't matter. If you don't have a Havoc and you have questions about getting a Havoc or you don't want a Havoc, whatever it may be, just call us and tell us about it.
Edge, Ambush, Excel, Express, we don't give a shit. They're all boats. We all love them. So
That's right.
give us a call, reach out, and we'll be glad to help.
And guys, if you like this or you want to see more of this, you want to see some, this in a little bit different way, man, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to check out the gear shop too. Tons of merch, tons of props. We got jack plates on there. We got a little bit of everything. So, man, other than that, we'll catch you on the next one.